questioning the referee's call. Remy Marival. For Martinique. Patient. Jean-Baptiste. Long one downfield. McFlurry. Big strong cross. Haiti's defenders efficient. Get rid of the ball. A little surprising, the Haitians giving up the 2-0 advantage against Antigua and Barbuda on Wednesday night, having looked to be in control in the first half. Credit to the Antiguans who came back with a very spirited performance, a quality team. Antigua and Barbuda, one of the best Antigua and Barbuda teams I've ever seen. So their quality and determination would, have to have accounted for the way they fought back. But I think the Haitians would have been disappointed that they had a 2-0 lead and gave it up.
I think there's a pattern of the Haitian team. They don't know when to defend. They keep going forward. That's the style of play they want to play. That's the style of play they encourage. And I think sometimes you have to know when to lock up shop. You're leading 2-0 in a opening game in a cup competition. You need to lock up shot at a particular time.
Martinique's goalkeeper, big, tall Stephen Elana. Very experienced, 34 years old, plays for Lille in the French league. Faubert looking to have a wide role so far in this match. On Wednesday night, he appeared to have a more central role. Just looking back at his game on Wednesday night, he was very central in a lot of their forward movements. Haiti. A little shocking that the Haitians have only won the Caribbean Cup once, and they were runners-up only once as well in 2001. So their track record in the tournament hasn't been that good. Maybe accounting for that, Angus, is sometimes their lack of organization and problems with funds and so on.
Yeah, a lot of problems with their association over there, and there's a lot of different turmoil that they have to go through, and something probably was to do with a team called Trinidad and Tobago and maybe Jamaica sometimes. But you can see the front three for the Martinican team looks like the danger players, and Faubert and McFarry, they want to run from out to in and try to get in behind because they're very quick players, very pacey players, and it looks like this is the pattern of play that they have settled into.
Good quick passing from Martinique, but eventually an errant pass gives the... Wow, beautiful skill by Faubert. He wants the ball back, goes close to the play, offers himself for a pass. Very central to their attacks, Faubert. The most accomplished player in the Martinique lineup. And of course, because Martinique is a French department, these players don't have to be born in Martinique to play for Martinique. Faubert was born in France, but he is eligible to play for Martinique.
I guess his parent lineage probably in some part, mom or dad or great-great-grandmother would have been
from the Caribbean. So no real incisive moves developing yet in the game for Faubert. Such a commanding player. That was a foul there, I thought. Referee allowing the play to go on. Martinique. Malsa. Fleury turns well. His shot is disappointing though.
And there you go, lads. The two wing backs are pushing on. The defensive midfielder sits in, and allows Faubert and McFerry to come in narrow, and they're trying to get in the spaces between the two wing backs and stoppers of the opposition team. And McFerry was very exciting player. You know, the two flankers, Faubert and McFerry, those are the players to watch. The other players are very basic players, just trying to keep the game ticking on. But these are the players you look for the threat from Martinique. The big 18 up front, he seems to want to hold it up to then bring those players into the game also.
So far, both teams have advertised solid defense. So neither team has been able to look overly threatening. Temperature cooling down significantly this evening here in Montego Bay. Haitians on the advance. Excellent tackling. It's been a midfield battle so far after going 11 minutes now into the game. Jean-Baptiste. Malsa, who gives the ball away. And the Haitians are on the advance. Threatening move here from Haiti. The cross is a little overhit.
A good play from Haiti. You know, they're allowing the Martinicans to come on to them, and they're trying to play on the break, mainly down the right-hand side so far in this first half, with the number 17 player who seems to have a lot of pace, and with those orange boots, you can't miss him at all.
Faubert has such exquisite passing skills. The sign of a good player. One of the things I noticed with him on Wednesday night in their draw against the Jamaicans, even when he was under immense pressure, he was still able to get off good, accurate, solid passes. He may be off balance, he may be moving in an opposite direction or something, but he still almost always gets these good, accurate passes going.
You can't play for Real Madrid and not have that type of touch as Real Madrid to scout a player. You know, you have to be a fantastic player. So he must have a lot of good qualities for a club like Real Madrid to come in for him, because we see the caliber player that Real Madrid normally goes for.
Yes, I know you're a Real Madrid fan, Angus, but I can't say I disagree with you. Darting move for McFleury. But the Martinique side unable to pierce the Haitian defense and are turning the ball all the way back to start all over again. Two teams that have played solid, and Faubert with the ball. Jean-Baptiste, good cross, just a bit overhit. I think Arquin, the number 18, got himself tangled up a bit there with the...
Faubert is very deceptive in his movements, you know, in the park. It seems like he has a free role that he can roam, and he doesn't have much defensive responsibilities except to plug at the right side wing back and keep him occupied when they doesn't have the ball. But I think Haiti wants to play a bit faster when they reach in there. In the opposition half, in their half, they try to keep possession. They try to keep the ball flowing as much as possible, as they're doing right now. And once they get in the opposition half, you see the pace of them quick now. But McFleury, I speak with, and he steals the ball.
Wow, wins it well. His pass is a bad one, though. And the Haitians are given time to recover. It's sloppy in defense, Haiti, just then. The first instance that we've seen, that was a foul committed by the Haitian number 14, Dirkins Nazon.
Any one of the two players can be called for a foul. I thought the defender pulled first, and the other, the attacker from Haiti, he pulled him after. He probably got a bit more shirt than the other guy. Probably the guys don't understand that you change shirts after the game and not right now.
So approaching 15 minutes, no goals yet in this match. Coming up in the main event, Antigua and Barbuda against Jamaica. This is the group of death, Group B in the CFU Caribbean Cup Football Finals for 2014. Martinique, the 1993 champions. They're up against Haiti, the 2007 champions. Thuria plays the ball back. There goes Saki. Under a lot of pressure. Linesman's flag.
Saki seems to be the main threat for the Haitians. They definitely tend to want to go down that right-hand side and feed him. He's got a bit of pace, but I'd be careful that they get too one-dimensional, and Martinique seems to understand what they're doing and start to double up on him. Yeah. You can see the crowd, very scarce crowd right now, but I think it's going to build up in the next hour or so, Lance, when the closer to the Jamaican game.
Yes. And a quick word there on Saki, as you mentioned, Angus. I don't think when he makes those forward moves, there are enough of the attacking players there for Haiti. There's a chance for the Haitians, but good work there by Ilana in goal for Martinique.
And Ilana showing all of his experience, just timing the ball just right, because the Haitian forward got through. He got past the last defender, and Ilana showing all his experience, all his time playing in France, and coming off his line just in the nick of time.
There was a handball there. Not sure which one of the infringements the referee spotted. Anyhow, it's a free kick that will be awarded to Haiti. It's a tight game so far. Not the kind of classy showdown you expect when you see Haiti playing Martinique. But I think there is so much at stake in this match that the two teams are tense and want to ensure that they don't make any costly errors. And Saki is upset, I think, that the referee took so long to call a foul against him.
Yeah, he has been getting a lot of niggly fouls against him because they realize. But when he keep getting this pounding, you know, how much we'll have to go in the second half of the game.
Yeah, I think both players handled the ball there. It fell on both of their hands. But, oh, beautiful skill. Delightful ball forward. Wow, sloppy work there by Martinique. This is a poor shot coming from Saki. A little over anxious there with the effort, and admonishes himself because he knows he should have done better.
I think he was on his weaker side. He came in, sloppy defending as you're watching the replay here, and set ball for Saki. I think he had a bit more time than he actually thought, but there's a lot of nerves out there. There's a lot at stake. The Gold Cup is at stake, qualification spot in the South American Cup. So there's a lot of nerves out there with the guys, and it doesn't matter who you are, where you play. When put in pressure situations, this does come to fore.
Good, quick tackling there in defense for Martinique. They won themselves a throw as well. Rabia's ball forward towards Faubert. Faubert fights hard, wins a free kick, 40 yards out. Very difficult to get Faubert off the ball. Very thick, strong legs, thighs and calf muscles. His whole body is just this robust player. He too is disappointed that the ref took so long to. But he speaks English, so I'm pretty certain the Ghanese referee, Sherwin Moore, understood him. Not sure how much English Saki speaks, so not sure how much Saki communicated to the ref just now. Faubert, the number 22, 31 years old, plays for Bordeaux in France, experienced international, gets ready to strike this free kick on 20 minutes. Martinique plays on the box, the ball just squeezes past the left upright. Wow, anxious moments there for the Haitians as we approach 20 minutes.
Excellent free kick from Faubert. Just put it in the right position, and unfortunately the attacking player was stretching just a little bit. There he goes, and probably if he had gone with his head, he probably got, yeah, he got his feet quite up there, and he wasn't balanced. And maybe if he went with his head, I'd hate to see players do that, because if he went with his head, it would have been a high percentage chance of him more scoring that chance than getting his legs way up over his head.
Yeah, that was the number 15, Chris Lombard. Too sure why he opted there for the kick instead of the header. The 25-year-old plays for Stade Reims in France. One of the many players in this Martinique side playing their football in France, as well as the Haitians. So a couple of these opposing players here may know quite a lot about their opposition. Goal, lots of players in attack here for Haiti. Oh, the ball given away. It was a...
I think the one time they should have used Sake, he was free out there on the right, and one more pass, and he would have been in for a proper right-footed shot.
They had players in numbers there. There were 5 Haitian players there charging forward in attack. And based on that, I would think they should have gotten more out of that play. Here they are, building again. Comes across here to Goro. Malsa. Ravi. Slow, methodical build-up from Martinique. Malsa again, the 19-year-old. Youngest player on the pitch. Foul, free kick to Martinique.
A definite free kick, and he's lucky to escape without a yellow card, because McFerry seems to be building up ahead of steam there, and it looks like he's been clipped from behind, and usually referees normally found on that. But there we go, giving Faubert a second opportunity, and that's almost the exact position as before. So would he change it? Would he go for the same set play, or and would the defender this time go with his feet under his head?
So Faubert prepares to hit right-footed, right towards the far post. Too close to the goalkeeper this time. And Placide makes no mistake in goal for Haiti.
Thought it was a very good take by Placide. He saw it, he had the big defender bearing down on him, and he came out very decisively and controlled his 6-yard box.
Tourier for Haiti. Dreadlocks number 15 in midfield.
And when Tourier gets the ball, he looks to go behind most times. When he gets the ball and he has a bit of time and space on it, he looks to go in behind. He's very influential. You see him pointing and conducting the play there in midfield. And he floats around. He just never comes over the center circle. There he goes. He just floats in that area there.
Directing traffic.
Yeah, he's always there.
I guess he's just one of those players who wants to ensure they keep possession. There he is, always offering himself for a pass in the center of the park. Skillful and a safe kind of player.
Seems to rarely give away a pass.
Overhit.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's very predictable what they're trying to do now, and is from any angle they're trying to hit Sharky and use his space in behind. But they need to play a bit more to lure the team out, and then they can play that killer ball for Saki going forward.
Header back by Reginald Garo. So both teams exercising a patient, kind of methodical build-up. The pace of the game not too fast. There were a few comments earlier this week about the playing surface, Angus, that the grass is very heavy out there. It's a very thick layer of grass, so the ball doesn't speed across the turf.
You can see that, and the ball, it seems a bit undulated. The pitch also, it seems to be having a lot of bubbles when they hit those passes on the ground. Interestingly enough, Martinique is warming up a player. I don't know if one of their players have a slight injury, but there's a substitute warming up. And we're only in the 24th minute.
Yeah, usually a substitute being introduced at this point in the game. High possibility of an injury, or maybe you have a coach like Jose Mourinho who gets upset with his players not doing what he wants a little bit more easily than others.
The happy one is not that impetuous anymore. I think he's mellowed out a bit. But he's going through, you can see the players going through the whole routine there with the physio or the trainer, what have you. So it must be worry about an injury this early in the match. It wouldn't, nothing seems to be going wrong tactically out there. So it must be sort of an injury.
And if the teams get through to the third place playoff and the final, they would have played 4 matches in the space of 8 days. So it's a pretty tough tournament, this. And because the tournament doesn't offer a semi-final playoff for a team that comes second in the group, means that the action here is going to be intense. And you have to win your group to get to the final. So there's a very tough tournament, this. Tourier appears to commit a foul there, but referee allows the play to go on.
And most of these players, as we said, Lance, playing in the French league, some even in the Spanish league, and those leagues are very taxing on the body. You know, the games are very difficult. Every game is a high intensity game, so these players will be playing at a very high level, week in, week out. So, you know, managers dread this time of the year when they have these tournaments. You know, a lot of players go back to their coaches injured. We see our friend Mourinho trying to manage Diego Costa as much as possible.
Yeah. So Haiti appears I would give them the edge as far as possession is concerned. I think they've had more of the possession of the ball in this game so far, but they haven't been able to make it count because you see the score there. No goals yet on 26.5 minutes.
In saying that, Martinique, I thought a bit more penetrative in what they're trying to do. When they do reach in the half, they go to Faubert and McFleury, and they go a little bit more direct. On the other hand, Haiti just has Saki, who they try to get in ever so often. But for them, it's more of a methodical build-up type play.
There's their experienced captain. Jean-Jacques Pierre, the number 5. There's Tourier. His pass to Jeff Louis, a little bit overhit. Good sliding challenge there from Glombard for Martinique. He is kicked over this time. Referee will have some stern words there.
I think definitely a bit of afters. I think
yes.
The Haitian player was the 10 was.
He was complaining a couple of minutes earlier.
I thought that he thought that he should have had a foul and wasn't given, and very impetuously went back and well, he clattered into the guy with no good reason for it, football-wise anyway.
A bit of the aggression there, and it's the intent. Sometimes the referees make these decisions based on the intent of the player,
and you know it will hurt his team now if he comes in the next game and he gets because there's a soft yellow card, and he comes and gets another one in another game, or he gets another one in this game for actually having to do something that deserves a card. Then his team will be down to 10 men with you know, I mean, he's a professional player, he shouldn't go there.
An innocuous header there, and Haiti trying to get a brisk counter-attack going. Jeff Louis sends the play through. Millions. Louis with a fine shot, left-footed, driven hard, just wide of the target, but that had some venom on it.
And that's where I want to see Louis do it, not getting and smashing into people for no good reason. Louis is a very important player for the Haitian team, and that is the end that you want to see him and expressing himself. There he goes. He takes a touch with his right. He wants the ball on his left foot. He's stronger on that side. He pulls it back and has a crack. Unfortunately, they need the target.
No, really strong effort, though. Pascal Million. Number 11 for Haiti there. Had a solid game on Wednesday night. Haiti on the counter-attack. Bit of a hasty pass there. Should have been more composed with that play.
It's Lewis again. Seems to be getting in the games. It seems to be a slight drizzle just about now, Lance.
Yeah, it's been overcast throughout a lot of the late afternoon. There had been a bit of a drizzle about an hour before the match started. Very light drizzle though. Good promising move here by McFlurry. Arquin, edge of the box, forced away. Oh, they've won a free kick. 23 yards out.
And I think this one is now in Fulbert range to actually go at goal. I don't see anybody else getting that ball except him. He's going to come in here. He's going to take that ball. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a foul. I think good hold-up play. And a little bit of impetuous defending there. Didn't need to foul him. He wasn't going anyway. He was only going backward.
Yeah, Arquin protected the ball well. Protected the ball very, very well. It's a good skill to have as a forward because defenders will be hounding you all the time for the ball. So you have to be able to, even if you can't do something positive offensively with the ball or score a goal, the key is not to give it away.
You can see that is what he's in the squad for. He's not going to blow past anybody. He doesn't have the pace. But what he does is he can screen the ball well, and he holds it up to bring the other players, especially when you're playing a one-striker format like they're playing. And there you see a man Forbear lining up himself. The Real Madrid outstanding player.
Marival is also standing close to the ball. Fairbear with a shot. Wow! Saved by goalkeeper Johnny Placide. That one squeezed through the wall.
He caught me. I thought he was going to go over the wall, up and down, and he went under. I guess he read that the wall was going to jump, and here he goes again. He saw what they were doing, and he was on target, and it's a good save. Yeah. Probably might have been going wide, but the keeper wasn't to know that he had to get down very sharply to his right and make the save.
A really high quality player. A late challenge.
Yeah, the game is getting a bit chippy now, Lance. We're in the 31st minute, as I said before. You know, this first half, it looks a bit innocuous. You think it looked like he dived from where we are?
It was a late challenge, and he caught him. I think he may have put a little bit more on it with the fall, but I think he caught him, though.
Is it 9.9 on the dive?
Daniel Hirel wins a free kick for Martinique. So
seems to be all right, Lance. He's walking away. No worse for wear.
The rain a bit steadier now. Arquin offside.
One thing I've seen of Fulbert, I've seen him play already, and I haven't seen that threat in the air. I saw him take a ball on his chest a little bit earlier off the ground, and now he's winning a header to get his player in behind. I've never seen that element of his game. So he's a very all-round player if he can also win the ball in the air also.
So rain steady now at the Montego Bay Sports Complex at Catherine Hall. An appeal there from Shaki, but no sympathy coming from referee Sherwin Moore from Guyana. And Shaki is still writhing, apparently in some discomfort, although it could be more mental discomfort than physical discomfort because he is so upset.
I think the referee needs to keep a hold of the match. He's allowing a little niggly things to pass through, and once it keeps going like that, then the other team will feel a bit slighted because you can see the Haitians just arguing about the yellow card just given, the foul just given before, and the yellow card previously to that, and they thought that Shaki was nicked also, and same treatment should have been handed to the Martinican player.
Well, the rain has become a lot heavier now, and the players may have a little bit more difficulty. They're too rear, still too rear. So protects the ball very well. Foul. Not sure how deliberate that one was. Looked to have just gotten his boot entangled there. Free kick to Haiti. There's been no real clear-cut opportunity by any team so far in this match. Just over 11 minutes to under 11 minutes to the halftime break.
I think the best chances would have come through Fulbert's 2 free kicks in the game, and it wasn't. You can't say they were very good chances. They were half chances at best. Very cagey game, and I think second half we'll see a bit more of the teams, because the coaches, they must come out. They must. They can't keep playing for a draw. They must come out and play.
Yeah. The opening games Wednesday night in this group both ended in draws. Haiti and Antigua playing to a draw, Martinique and Jamaica playing to a draw. So it's all level in this group going into the second set of matches. All 4 teams on a single point, although Haiti and Antigua drew 2-2. So by way of number of goals scored, they would just have a slight mathematical advantage there. Tourier. Oh, that was a case there of the heavy pitch slowing the Tourier pass up. He may have had a little bit more pace on it to get to his opponent, but the ball just held up there. Brilliant move here by Forbear, almost sneaking in between the defenders and goalkeeper.
And there you saw Ali Quinn's strength again, dropping in midfield, turning, and trying to feed going forward the more pacier players in Forbear and McFerry. There's it. Good left foot ball. A great ball, actually.
Yeah.
But well defended. All the experience of the Haitian captain to cut off that ball for Fibien.
Pierre Jean-Jacques, 33 years old, has 60 caps for Haiti. Less than half the, or just almost half the number of caps Angus Eve has had for Trinidad and Tobago. But Angus has long retired. So there is no chance of him increasing those numbers. Jeff Louis there forcing his way through, looking for a call from the referee.
It's difficult to play in these sort of conditions now, Lance. The pitch was already heavy, heavily grassed. And now with the rain on it, you'll see the ball holding up a little bit more. So the players now have to readjust themselves. Probably they would not have on the right foot, the rain type of footwear when the game had started, because the weather wasn't, the condition wasn't like this. But the players still playing, and they will adjust it as the half goes along.
So, to a large extent, a disappointing first half so far, because there are many quality players on the field, but they haven't really been able to make it show for the spectators. I think part of the issue here too is the great deal of respect that the teams have for each other.
Also, Lance, you see that Fulbert, as you said, wouldn't man of the match, playing in a more central role. He's an attacking player. And the mere fact that the coach put him out there on the flanks is because he brought in another defensive-minded player in midfield to cancel out what the Haitian team can do.
Martinique building from the back once again, as the rain is now steady at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Forbear, his pass through is having just a little bit too much weight on it.
I think he thought he was passing to himself. He would have gotten that ball, but not the wing back. But it's a brilliant outside foot pass inside the outside left. Unfortunately, just had a little bit too much juice on it.
Yeah, very, very creative player, Forbear. Creative and skillful, and the type of player that will confuse his opponents, because his choices in play sometimes are a little unexpected. But he does have great quality, the number 22 for Martinique. Offside flag up. Also, in these conditions, though, I also have some sympathy for goalkeepers, because their job becomes especially different with everything being so slippery. The field slippery, the ball slippery. Tough time for them. You may see some forwards now beginning to fire some shots from
with modern technology
range.
Now there are rain gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves that are adapted to the rain, that the ball actually, you know, stays in the hand a little bit better. And
Forbear. Oh, his effort is blocked there, but the danger still with them as Jean-Baptiste hits this one forward. The ball has gone behind for a corner, I think. You see the rain very, very steady now. So
player is still down after Forbear hit the shot. Was very brave to get in the way of a Faubert shot. As I said, massive thighs on him, so he could pack a punch there. He probably might need some treatment. Yeah, here comes the physios with the magic spray, I imagine. And he's going to go out probably a bit winded,
yeah.
if anything, and the ring comes on just a little bit more
Yeah.
as we speak.
Just before kickoff, Angus, I did mention about those very dark clouds hovering over the hills just in the distance, and those clouds have come this way now, and they've got a lot of rain in them. Wow. That's the Haiti number 16, Julien Aveshka.
These will be dangerous, Lance. With the wet ball coming in, you know, the raindrops will be falling in the goalkeeper's eye. He has to look up to try to get them. It's going to be very difficult, and Faubert puts in a very good ball. He's going to whip this ball in, and his big defenders coming up from the back, they're going to crash in there, and it's going to make it very difficult for the goalkeeper to come. And look, there's the 15. He's harrying and harassing around the goalkeeper already.
Faubert with a corner kick moments before the halftime break to the near post. Wow! A deflection onto the post. Almost an own goal. The ball still alive. The goalkeeper tumbles over. Maybe following a collision with one of his own teammates.
And exactly as we said, Lance, Faubert whipping that ball in, and the defender is one of the defenders should be side footing there. Here he goes. And he hits the ball in the outside.
Wow.
Oh my God! And there's the service of Faubert caused chaos inside the box, and then the keeper damaged one of his own players, and you can see the both of them limping. Another player warming up, and I mean, one service corner from Faubert.
Yeah, Dukins Nazon, the number 14, almost had that own goal. Well, since the start of the tournament Tuesday, we are unaccustomed to seeing goalless matches, Angus, and right now 0-0, 3 minutes or so before the halftime break. Not a sight that the fans have been accustomed to this week in the Caribbean Cup football finals. We've had 24 goals in 3 nights of football, 7 goals opening night, 6 goals the second night, and 11 goals last night. Martinique. The ball won there by Shaki, coming back to do some defensive work. Touria.
Always calm, always collective on the ball, Touria.
Goro. His play is cut off, and Martinique having a promising build-up here. Arquin gets to the ball. The flag stays down. Arquin puts himself in a position to get the cross inside, but good, quick thinking by the Haitian defense, snatching the pass. Jeff Louis.
And there he goes, Louis again. Seems to have a tempo on him.
Yeah. Haiti on the advance. Ball slipping across. A chance here for the Haitians to score. Brilliant save by Ilana in the Martinique goal.
All coming from a Shaki run again. Shaki getting down that byline, getting past his guy. And here he goes, Shaki down the byline, and it's a free guy. Oh, well saved.
Very well saved. He read it well because there was one unmarked Haiti player in right on the penalty spot. And if that ball had gotten to him, it would be hard for him to miss. Haiti putting some pressure on late here in this first half. Martinique having some defensive issues now. But here they are with a promising looking counter-attack. This is a foul committed by Pascal Million, the number 11 for Haiti. Free kick near the half line for Martinique, floated down.
Bit of casual defending there by the Haitian, because McFleury was looking in around, and he just seems very nonchalantly to just guide the ball away from him.
Martinique's number 5, Jean-Sylvain Baban, gets rid of the ball expertly. Pascal Million fouled. The number 11 for Haiti. The 28-year-old who had a good game on Wednesday night in their 2-2 draw with Antigua.
It's having a good game tonight. Just a little bit quiet. You see them in spurts. Him, Chiore, and Saki. A lot of good players on show for Haiti here tonight.
Jeff Louis standing close to the ball. Pascal Million with him. Let's see what will happen here. One minute added on for stoppages. Haiti charging forward. A tumble and a whistle from the referee. A free kick to Haiti. Just moments before the halftime break.
I think most definitely, Lance, this will be the last bit of action before the halftime whistle blows. There's a good opportunity for Haiti. I don't know if the referee, the white foam that he's spraying, if it will stay in this sort of weather. I don't know if it's rain-proof, those foam that they sprayed on the pitch.
Shaki, anxious to get this kick going. Could the Haitians take the lead here on the stroke of halftime? Brilliant shot, brilliant save as well. Shaki was determined, he went for goal. The halftime whistle goes, and the halftime comes with Haiti on a high. That was a fierce right-footed shot driven by Emmanuel Shaki.
There he goes.
Wow, there was a deflection as well.
A bit of deflection and the ball sped up. And that's a fine save. All the experience of the keeper to get across there and make a fine stop.
So half that has seen no goals and the players leaving in pouring rain to get some halftime instructions from their respective coaches. Marion Louis for Martinique and Marc Collat from Haiti. First half that didn't have a lot of goalmouth action, but the battle was intense. Haiti kicking off in their red and blue, and Martinique going forward quickly. The first shot on goal easily handled there by Johnny Placide in the Haiti goal. Shot on goal there by Mafleury for Haiti. Over the top that one was. A lot of the forward plays by both teams disintegrated. Fine save there by Ilana, the Martinique goalkeeper. Julien Faubert, threatening player all the time. 2 free kicks there that almost got the Martinique team ahead. But good goalkeeping here from Johnny Placide in the Haiti goal, denying the former West Ham and Real Madrid star. Now with Bordeaux, there's a corner kick that almost ends in an own goal, with Dukans Nasson trying to make the clearance and almost deflected into his own goal. Here's Shaki with a ball cross and fine save by Ilana. That's how the half ended. A fierce free kick punched away by Ilana in the Martinique goal, and Haiti probably ending the half here on a high with maybe the closer shapes on goal, apart from those efforts that we saw Julien Faubert.
I think most definitely, Lance, the game, I thought the game was even. Both teams had a lot of half chances, mainly from the dead ball situation. The better chances came in this game for both teams. But you can see Trezor, Saki, and these guys, Louise, on the Haitian team, these are the threatening guys. And then on the other side, you see McFleury and Faubert. These guys are the guys.
Okay, well, let's go to Rochelle Johnson now and Julien Faubert.
It's been a tough first half for you guys. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a tough game because the both teams stay on their position and we don't have so much space to play. So, yeah, it's a tough game, but I think we should keep the ball better and have more quality with the pass. But we have both, we touched the bar, the both teams, so I think everything is possible for both teams.
Where do you think you guys, if at all, came up short in the first half?
Sorry?
Where do you think you guys came up short, if at all, in the first half? What would you like to change going forward?
I think we have to play. That's what I said. We have to play better with the ball. I think we have more opportunity to counter-attack. So if we keep the ball better and we play better, we should have chances to score.
Current conditions, you think it's going to make it more difficult for you guys out there, or how do you think that's going to affect you guys?
Yeah, it's football. You know, I played 6 years in England, so
Yeah.
I used to play under the rain. So it's going to be okay. I think it's better because we can play faster, and the pitch is going to be more. We're able to play more quicker with the rain.
Quickly, just your thoughts on the opposition.
Sorry?
Your thoughts on the opposition, on Haiti. Your thoughts on the team, your opponents.
Yes, you know, I try my best. I try to help the team, and I think I should have scored today. So I hope I'm gonna score today.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank
yeah?
you. Cheers.
Okay.
There and very, very studious in his words and assessing how the game has gone so far, expressing confidence, Angus, at the same time, that he feels that the second half could be critical and that they have the quality to win if the game speeds up with a rainy condition.
I thought he looked like he was analyzing the game from up here, Lance. He said exactly what we said. A very cagey game, two teams cancelling out themselves. Not one of the teams wanting to take that risk that they would give away the game that early. But as he rightly said, in the second half, I think the game would open up a bit more. The greasy service will help him and his team playing a bit faster, as he said.
Okay, so at halftime in this first match of the evening in Group B, Caribbean Cup Football Finals, on Digicel Sports Max 2, it's 0-0 between Haiti and Martinique. We'll be back with the second half commentary in a while.
place I don't think you see I played down here in Montego.
Mm-hmm.
A little park like that.
Jared Park. Jared Park. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man.
I would have been 92 or 3 or something like that.
93 maybe.
3.
Yeah. That's when Martinique won. Jamaica and Martinique reached the final. Unless it's a different year. Hmm?
I played and we won.
And you won the title in Jamaica.
I think we went to Cayman Islands for the second time.
Yes. So we're back for the second half of this Group B fixture. Martinique against Haiti in the 2014 Caribbean Cup football finals. It's 0-0 at the moment. So far the group of death, Group B, has proven to be very stiff. Both matches in the opening set of games drawn on Wednesday night. And so far, at the end of 45 minutes of this match, no goals yet either. Martinique in the white, Haiti in red and blue. Here is a kickoff. Martinique starting things off quickly. And you heard Julian Faubert, their captain, say just at the halftime in a quick interview with him that he expects things to quicken up a bit here in the second half as both teams go for a victory. Haiti in control. Jeff Louis. His pass is cut off. Well. Haiti. Snappy passing on the edge of the box there, but Martinique's defenders get the ball away eventually. Jean-Jacques Pierre, their experienced captain, the Haitian, number 5. Faubert. Quick pass downfield. No one there.
I can see Faubert disappointed in his player because he just showed a array of his skill, nicking the ball over one player, calming down the player, and I wonder if Lance he was man of the match from center midfield, should he be back in there directing the play for his team and try to be on the ball a little bit more so he can be the creator? Yeah. Clearly, the other guys are more defensive minded and they don't have that creative spark.
Yeah. He was more roaming on Wednesday night than he has been so far in this match here. Here's Jeff Louis for Haiti. Acres of room opening up for the Haitian number 10. And here's a shot that is disappointing, but wet conditions and all. And Elana has some difficulty in taking full control of the ball, but he does eventually.
And Elana was the man, for me, man of the match in the first half. There you go, Louis. He's looking to stamp his authority a bit more in the game. The first two balls that he got, he was very direct. He tried to make something happen for his team. Hence the reason why that yellow card was very foolish, because he seems to be an important player for the team.
So the rain still with us here at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Came down very heavily towards the end of the first half. Subsided a bit in the halftime break to a bit of a drizzle, but it has intensified a bit now, 3 minutes into the second half, as the Haitian bench there looking on.
In the 3 minutes that has gone elapsed in this half, you haven't seen Thierry on the ball, and he needs to be on the ball for the Haitians to start to create something for themselves.
Here is Haiti apparently getting ready to make a change maybe. Here's the forward there losing his footing as he was about to turn to probably try to get a shot off, but their case of the slippery conditions there probably hurting his chances to effect that turn. Steady rain here at the Mobay complex. Daniel Hirel, number 4. Faubert, still Faubert. Faubert sets this play up nicely. Here's Martinique. Oh, that's a foul just outside the 18-yard area. And Sherwin Moore, the Guyanese referee,
And there's Faubert, he was more in midfield. He was over there on the right, inside left. He started to move about, and then he started to create more. So the game is going to open up a bit more in this half, and the free kick is in a very dangerous position. I thought that the defender was a good professional foul, and a well-deserved yellow card for his team, because it probably would have been a goal-scoring opportunity.
And we're protesting Haitian player there, waving his arms just now. I think inadvertently knocked the card out of the referee's hand.
It's that man again, Luis. You know, he's living on the edge, Luis. He seems to be a very volatile type of personality. And he needs to calm down himself and concentrate on the football. There is Faubert standing over very menacingly looking for this free kick.
And there are about 6 white shirts for Martinique hovering around there in the box. Faubert with the effort into the wall. Tries to force the ball back in. Jeff Louis does well. Beautiful skill from the Burley. What an offside. That's a stupid play.
And again, Louis breaking out there. Faubert had 2 bites at the cherry. Faubert tried to foul him. He's such a powerful man. He got past Faubert, broke out in midfield, and it was a 2-on-1 situation. And it's so stupid for a professional player looking along the line not to hold his run, because the intent of the attacker, Louis, was always to go and give him it so that he could break in and probably have a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, but Jeff Louis shouldn't have given him the ball. He was so clearly offside. Could have probably held it a bit, but the forward should have held his run, as you said, Angus. So Haiti wasting a good opportunity here, but the conditions very slippery now and beginning to pose problems for the players. You can see it with the players losing their footing ever so often. Haiti trying to get the ball out of their danger zone. Foul. I think that's the number 8, Reginald Garreau. Tripped as he tried to go forward.
And Sharky has now moved to the left-hand side in the second half, probably thinking to himself, he didn't have much joy over there on the left-hand and the right-hand side against the left wing back, and now he's going to try against the right wing back.
Well, over-exuberant there with a challenge from Sharky, and just kicks over the Martinique opponent. And here's Sharky once again. Martinique's defenders get the ball away. Touria turns well. Good build-up here by the Haitians into the box. Good challenge there from the defender, just preventing the advance. Martinique on the counter-attack. Faubert unable to get to the ball in time.
But Martinique has made the better start. They've opened up a bit. And Luis really showing his quality in this opening 9 minutes in this half. He's getting the ball, he's creating for his player. Chera is on the ball, he's moving it. I mean, all the moving parts are now flowing. That machine, that well-oiled machine of the Haitian team.
Good first touch, now the shot, goal! Haiti taking the lead, 1-0. Phil Di Guerrea. Beautiful long pass. The first touch was brilliant. And it's a classy Haiti goal on 52 minutes.
But it was coming, Lance. You could see that the Haitian team, they really stepped up the intensity. They attacking wise. They were moving the ball briskly. They were passing it around. Good patience in midfield. A good ball out to the right-hand side. And that run that we were talking about that the Martinicans were making first half, that outside to inside run was a tremendous run. Good first touch. Here it is. That good first touch, and he's a right-footed player, so he's coming in on the stronger side, and a very composed finish.
Will Di Guerrea
ball game.
Took the ball down beautifully from that long pass and powered the right-footed shot home, and Martinique now have the catching-up job to do. This really is a tough group. These are 2 quality teams, Haiti and Martinique. And to come, Jamaica and Antigua. Haiti on the advance. This is Sharky marginally offside.
And again, not holding their runs. You know, you can see it. Chaja arguing for holding on his shirt. But Sharky is a pacey player. He doesn't need to go too early. He can go late.
Here's this long ball played down, and look at Gurria, how he takes the ball with the right foot. That was beautiful. That was an intelligent execution. Beautiful first touch. Any lesser first touch, that goal wouldn't have happened.
High quality football, high quality tournament. Who says the Caribbean don't have Champions League?
Faubert takes the return play. Now there's a lot on his shoulders, Faubert. He is the playmaker and the main engine in the Martinique team. Gombard, hounded by two Haitian defenders. Wow. Malsa gives the ball away. Don't think his tender years of 19 will excuse him from the wrath of the coach with that play.
Or his captain, you can see Faubert very frustrated with him.
Yeah.
The worst thing Faubert can do now is start to get down on his players. He needs to be the motivator. He needs to push them hard.
Squeezing a pass through there. And Haiti's goalkeeper, Johnny Placide, taking his own sweet time. Martinique's number 9, Jeff Malfleury, putting pressure on there to ensure that he speeds the game up.
Yeah, Placide just taking the pace off for the game a bit, you know, slowing it down. They're leading now, and you'll see they taking throw-ins a bit slower, corners and free kicks. They'll take time on it.
Delightful ball through. No shot. Good, strong defensive work there from Sylvain Baba. Forces the Haitians on the back foot. Floated ball in, the defender not getting a proper header away. Haiti searching for some holes now in the Martinique defense. Will they find any? Thurien. Herel. Ravi to Shaki. Shaki tries to turn his man. Good quick challenge there from Nazan, from Jean-Baptiste. Malfleury gives the ball away.
The game has really opened up, Lance. The both teams are playing more open football. You can see Faubert has abandoned that right side. He's now floating in and out midfield. You see Treasure in midfield for, you see Sharky, and surprisingly they're making a change now because the team has been really flowing since they came back on the Haitian team. This must be sort of an injury to the player why they're changing him.
So Haiti's number 9, Belfort, comes on. He scored one of those goals on Wednesday night in their 2-2 draw against the Antigans.
Not a bad player to bring off the bench. He's a quick player and he has a good eye for goal. Belfort, he does.
So Curvin's Belfort on for Ducan's Nazan. And the Haitians making the first change that we've seen in the match. Oh, here's the goal scorer once again, setting himself up for opportunity. The flag's gone up, so the goal doesn't count.
I think the substitute Belfort was in an offside position. He played 1-2. Maybe if he left the ball alone, his player would have run through and had it. And I think Luis is telling him there just now, he should have left it alone. There it is. But he didn't need to touch it. And the goal scorer would have a second opportunity of scoring a second goal.
Martinique looking desperately for the equalizer. Pierre Jean-Jacques, the Haiti captain, central defender, composed at the back. Haiti with the upper hand now. Thurien. Shaggy to Million. Million's pass through to Belfort. Belfort does well to win the ball. Good work there by the 22-year-old. Belfort go twisting and turning. Wins a corner.
And exactly the reason why they bring him in. Now they want to go a little bit longer. Now they want to go a bit in behind and stretch the Martinican teams, who must come forward and look for that that opportunity to score. And they would leave a lot more holes at the back. And Belfort, good man to bring on. He's good in the air. He can hold the ball up. There he shows his tricks and drills. He turns him on once. He turns him twice. He turns him again. And he tries to get across in and win a corner for his team.
Free kick to the corner kick to the Haitians. That's Shaki with a cross to the near post. Waiting another corner, so the Haitians are on a high now. Looking to have hurt himself a bit there, Jeff Louis. Very powerfully built attacking player for Haiti.
He's very similar in build to Faubert for Martinique.
Very strong. Shaki with a corner kick. Again, the header over the top. Pascal Million was that? No, that's Jeff Louis.
Looks like Louis.
To the near post, yes.
Or Belfort. One of the dreadlocks players, the players who are the plats in them. And,
it was Louis, Jeff Louis.
It looked like Louis for me from here.
So Haiti having the upper hand here in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Martinique trying not to lose their shape. Not good when you go a goal down and then you begin to panic and depart from your game plan. Ball just barely squeezing out here from Shaki, who is enjoying some time here on the left. So he's been darting all over the place, Shaki. 1 minute he's on the right side of the Haiti attack, next minute the left side.
Since Belfort has come on, I think Shaki has moved more primarily over to the left. Here he is again on the left-hand side.
Oh, his pass is a short one this time. Tourier wins the ball for Haiti. His pass isn't a good one.
As a man normally do give away a pass.
Yeah, disappointing there from Tourier.
Belfort has a look of some sort of an Adebayor type figure. He has that sort of height and range, and you know, he has that kind of pace and skill also to go with it.
There's the 52nd minute goal that was beautifully taken by Vilde Correa.
There should be some sort of blame to the captain there, Lance, for Matinique. He should have been covering that ball and not having it get in behind. An experienced player of himself should have dropped off a yard and he'd have been heading that ball off.
Yeah. The Jamaicans had conceded a similar kind of goal against the Martinicans on Wednesday night when there was a similar long ball and two defenders converging on the ball. But the Martinique player got between them both and then scored. Substitution, number 9 comes out for Martinique and 13 is on. So Jeff Mavluri is off. And the number 13, Harry Novillo, on for Martinique. So Martinique's coach, Marion Louis, recognizing that he has to make some changes now in personnel to get some results here. Shaki on the attack for Haiti, gets by his man well. Shaki cross inside, wow, goal! What a messy bit of goalkeeping from Steve Elana, and Belfort sticks the ball in from a horrid error by goalkeeper Elana. Yes, it's been raining and the ball is slippery, the grass is slippery, so that may have caused him problems there, but you wouldn't have expected that from Elana. A powerfully struck ball right across the box. Here it comes now with Shaki. Ball slips right through his legs. Right through his legs. At this level, that's a terrible error from the goalkeeper, And Belfont would not miss from there, even if he tried.
His manager would not like to see that, Lance. International goalkeeper of his caliber. We saw it with Oliver Kahn some years ago. It does happen in massive games, and this is the worst time for it to happen for Elana. But Belfort, as you saw, he came in the game, he's hustling about, he's hurrying about, and a typical goal, a number 9 goal, you could call it that, because he was in the right place at the right time. Really bad mistake from Elana, and he puts his team in a much deeper hole now. And Faubert is now taking up a forward position. It seems that they changed the formation to 4-4-2, and they're trying to go all out for another goal.
Wow, so the Haitians have taken a stranglehold here on this match. A game that they badly need to win to improve their chances of getting to the final. Martinique trying to recover the kick taken from the wrong spot.
I must say, Lance, that since the half had started, the Haitians looked the more adventurous team. They looked the more likelier team to score. They stepped up in their play, their passing and movement, players switching positions, and I think it's just reward for them getting the opportunities and the chances that they took.
Yeah, not sure what Coach Mark Collant had told them at the halftime break, but his words may have been inspiring. And the injection of Kervins Belfort has definitely made a difference for the Haitians. Here's Touria, whistle on the play, free kick to Martinique, top of the Haiti half, and Jeff Louis.
And there we go, Lance. Luis is a committed. If I was the coach, I'd take him off now because he's committed a lot of niggly fouls. It seems like the referee hand was almost in the pocket, and he realized who it was.
Yes,
and
I
he
think
thought
so.
that he should give him a chance. I think you're leading 2-0. He's an important player. Probably get somebody else on and try to save him from himself.
Yeah, I think you're right, Angus, because he's very exuberant and he's already on a yellow card. And you are right. The body language of the referee just now suggested to me that he thought of going into his pocket. There's a player down, but the game continues. Beautiful play. Martinique equalizing.
Offside.
Linesman's flags up. Offside. And
but great skill there by Faubert to just nick that ball over 3 players.
Here is the play again.
Offside.
Offside. Just offside. The number 5, Jean-Sylvain Babar. He plays for Granada, plays in La Liga, 28-year-old, and he was just sneaking behind the defense just now.
Well, he was the player who made the mistake for the full opening goal for Haiti.
He should have been tighter on Guerrilla.
He should have been. He should have been winning a header as a defender, and probably that's why Granada wasn't doing that well in the La Liga also, finishing about 16th in the last campaign. But you could definitely see a different pattern of play from the Martinicans since they brought on the subs, and Faubert is now taking up a central role. They brought on the number 7 player. He's now on the right flank. They're trying to play 2 up front and try to be a little bit more positive and direct in their play. Sometimes the stoppers even going in and joining, as you just saw. And on the other hand, the Haitians who brought in Belfort with that type of pace and rangy play, and Oman Shaki seems to be getting a bit of treatment, who is a very direct player, very explosive player, very a dynamic player for them going down the right side, is creating a lot of good stuff for them.
Well, it was almost his goal really when the ball slipped through Elana's, because it was his powerful shot that Elana messed up on, and Belfort was just there to stick it in from the goal line.
You go tell Belfort is his goal, Lance. I dare you to convince him.
Martinique on the attack. Touria putting some pressure on, and the Haitians get the ball away. There's your goal scorer, Vilde Guerrilla. The substitute, Harry Novillo, for Martinique. Takes the return pass. Good quick play here by Martinique. Good challenge there from Guerrero, the Haitian defender, putting the pressure on. And Pascal Million does well here, tidying up in defense and getting Belfort going. Belfort under some pressure. Oh, turns his man very well. Belfort tumbles over. I think he fell as opposed to being knocked over. Faubert trying to thread the ball through a cluster of Haitian defenders. Faubert with a shot, blocked for the 2nd time in the match.
Very, very influential since he has gone to the middle of the park. You see, a lot of tricks and skills and a lot of nice soft touches, and the other players are feeding off his composure and playing good balls. And this is the foul that just went a little bit earlier on the goal score. It looked like coming out of his own defense.
Free kick to Haiti. Pretty deep inside their own half. We've got just about 22 minutes left in the game, and the Haitians are in control here, 2-0 over Martinique. They were 2-0 up on Antigua and Barbuda on Wednesday night and surrendered the 2-goal advantage. They'll be very insistent in their play now and trying to make sure that doesn't happen again.
And you see the natural way of playing, they're still going forward. They're still getting the ball up the belt for. Millian is still joining him. You know, they only know how to play one way. They remind me of Arsenal. They only know how to play one way, and they don't ever defend.
Well, they are up 2, and they're midway the second half, and victory beckons for them tonight, as Martinique are beginning to struggle in the wet conditions here. Lombard, Ravi, Sylvain Baba, and again Johnny Placide, the Haiti goalkeeper, in no hurry to restart play.
Nothing really for him to do since the half had started back. Placide, a couple of balls just to kill a bit of time, but nothing real of real significance for him to contribute to the game.
So the rain has subsided. There's no rain now, but the field very, very wet from pretty steady rain before halftime, during halftime, and a little bit after halftime. Delightful ball played upfield by Jeff Louis. Guerrero trying to get close to it, but this time the Martinique defenders are efficient. Daniel Herrera trotting there and offering himself for a pass. The Martinique number 7, Matthias Courier, is now on. Haiti about to make another change when the opportunity presents itself. Cool defending here by Martinique. Jean-Baptiste with the throw. So Haiti taking out their goal scorer, the man who scored the first goal, Ville Guerrea, and Jerome Méchac.
And Méchac is a defensive-minded player, so they have learned lessons from the first game. They don't want to give up that lead anymore, so they take off one of their most attacking players, a goal scorer, and put on a defensive-minded player who's going to sit there in midfield, that's in front of the back four, with Herrera.
Jerome Méchac, experienced 30-year-old, now on. Martinique also bringing on their number 10, José Goran. So Martinique making 3 changes now.
I think they have made all their, the coach has played all his cards. He has nothing left in the tank, and he has to hope that these players in the final minutes or so to get back in that game and give Martinique a fighting chance in this tournament.
So Goran, the number 10, is on. 37 years old, so he's a real veteran, but obviously has quality, or the coach, Marion Louis, wouldn't have inserted him at such a critical point in the game. Haiti, Pascal Million, Touria, Jeff Louis. Louis outpaces the number 4, Herrell. Million. Oh, Martinique giving the ball away, and Shaki now has the ball. Good, quick challenge there coming in from the Martinique number 11, Lionel Ravi. One of the few players in the Martinique lineup that play their football domestically in Martinique. Haiti's number 8, Gura with a throw. Belfort commits a foul. Free kick to front Martinique, deep inside their own half.
Belfort is a willing runner. He works. He seems like a tireless worker and a good player to have to come in off the bench. He got a goal. He got a goal in the first game, and he's definitely giving problems to the Martinican defense.
Things not really working out here for Martinique tonight. Their passes are not finding the targets as often as they want it. And the Haitians are inspired with the 2-0 advantage they've got here, and eyeing an opportunity to get their first Caribbean Cup title since 2007. There's that shot on goal. Garan, who just came on, tries a shot at goal, tumbles over on the challenge, looks to appeal for a penalty.
I think Garan was looking for a penalty. He wasn't interested in having a goal. But it's a good saving tackle. It's a long ball serving fall. There goes Faber, and the ball goes in and left. Shot to goal, and Garan gets in there. Oh, looks a little bit like
he challenged.
The defender never got the ball, actually.
Yeah, that was a good call for a penalty, I thought. Here's Faubert, though, with a corner kick for Martinique. Dangerous corner across the box, but, oh, Placide makes it look easy.
Easy in this type of weather. Very good safe hands from Placide. Can't say the same thing for Elana on the other end.
Pascal Millien, who made one of those darting runs on Wednesday night, sends the ball through. Offside call. Shaki just caught behind the defense there.
I mean, with the pace of Shaki, he shouldn't be caught. He's looking along the line. I mean, it's criminal for him to be caught offside so many times on that same play.
Courier, the substitute to Arquin. Arquin evades the challenge of Million. His pass inside, though, is a pretty poor one. Reginald Garreau gets the ball to his goalkeeper. And the Haitians are in control here. They are up by 2-0 with less than 14 minutes to play. And here's a breakaway with Jeff Louis. Doesn't get to it in time. He would have had to have the name Usain Bolt on his birth certificate to get to that ball. Here is Martinique, the veteran Garan. Arquin sends the ball through to Faubert. Faubert protects the ball well, as he usually does. Can Martinique pull a goal back now and send this game into a frenzy in the last 14 minutes? Jean-Jacques, captain and central defender for Haiti, starts the defensive recovery.
It's almost like Haiti has gone 5 at the back with the extra defender that they brought on when they made the change up front.
Martinique enjoying a lot of possession at the moment. Oh, here they give it away, though. Belfort, handball. Ravi trying to keep the ball. Ghanai's referee Sherwin Moore calls the playback.
Good skill again from Belfort. Since he's come on, he's shown a lot of spark. He's added a lot of spark to the Haitian team. And he's held up the ball well. He lead the line very well for his team. And he makes some very intelligent runs. He rarely ever runs offside, it seems. He curves all his runs. And he's a very intelligent player and deserved the goal that he scored, actually, because he didn't give up on the play. He kept going. When some other striker probably said to themselves, the goalkeeper will have it. But he never gave up on the ball, and credit to him.
did have an outstanding game on Wednesday night as well in their 2-2 draw with Antigua. So Haiti poised at the moment to take sole leadership of the group of death, Group B, after both games in the group Wednesday night ended in drawn results, leaving the group just as wide open as it started. Haiti now aiming to kick on and grab control of the group. And Belfort appeared to have been fouled there, but maybe because on the challenge there, so much of the ball was had. No sympathy from the referee.
I think the guy came from at the side of him and nicked the ball. I think that's what the referee would have seen.
Okay. Martinique with possession.
Offside against Matinique, trying to play. Now they're playing a bit more direct. Matinique is, here we go again. It's a direct ball, definitely offside. Marginal, but he's definitely outside, and good call by the Trinidad linesman.
And big number 10, Garon, who just came on as a substitute there, as we said, he's 37 years old, plays his football for one of the local clubs in Martinique. And maybe coach Marion Louis knows what he's doing there. Not to condemn aging players, Angus, but you're 2-0 down and you need some magic. If you get a 37-year-old on there, maybe he really has some special touches.
Well, I think what happened, Lance, is that they changed what they're doing. Before, they were trying to play the ball in and get the runners from the sides. Now, you see they're going more direct, and he seems to be a player that can win headed balls and bring other people into the game. So maybe the game plan has changed in the second half.
And makes him relevant.
Yeah, makes him a lot relevant. He doesn't have to run about.
So Haiti, having taken the lead in the 52nd minute, increased that lead 11 minutes later to take a stronger hold on the game. And as the time goes now into the last 10 minutes, things becoming pretty difficult here. Is Shaki getting by his man on the flank there, rifles the shot inside, and goalkeeper Ilana just makes a mess of the ball.
Looking back at it, he is lucky thing that he was on spot Belfort, because I thought the keeper would have recovered and saved that ball.
Yeah, but Belfort has to get credit for reacting so quickly, because it was his quick reaction that gave himself the opportunity to score. It was a firm shot across goal. I didn't think it posed that huge a problem for the goalkeeper. It was just one of those things where a goalkeeper has a bad moment.
Yeah, you saw he's disappointed himself. He's better than that. He has shown that tonight with a couple of tremendous saves. So it's one of those things, you know, he'll bounce back from it.
Jeff Louis. Still Louis. Louis wants to keep this ball. Still Louis. Very brave there, trying to get between two defenders. Didn't have that many players offering support up front on that play.
I think important thing in a tournament like this also, Lance, is rotation of players. Trinidad is in a good position to do so after winning the first two games. They're definitely moving on. And I think that you look like players like Louis, and you can see some of the legs going, some of the tricks that he was doing, a little bit sharper, now getting a little bit slower, and they would have another game in the wrong. I think according to what happened to the second game, you might see them rotating a couple of the players. You see Louis on the floor again, and to give the other players a chance and save some of the legs for the semi-final rounds.
Yeah. Well, they actually have the group winners playing straight into a final and a third place playoff as well. But for some of the teams, you have a situation where that last game in the round may be pretty critical for them, because Trinidad and Tobago's coach Stephen Hart would probably want to keep rotating his players for his big game on tomorrow, against the Cubans, but if they lose to Cuba, it's Cuba that will go through to the final, so he still has to be careful.
Yeah, and you saw that he's a brave coach. I think he made 7 changes.
Yeah.
But he does have a quality squad. I know the players intimately. It's an all-round squad. I think that, and most of his squads in this tournament are very strong squads, I must say. I think this is probably the tournament with the teams that has the most among the players that are playing in outside leagues, probably ever in the Caribbean Championships, which augurs well for Caribbean football and says a lot for the development of Caribbean football.
Yeah, for sure. If you look at the team rosters, this could rank as probably the best Caribbean Cup football tournament ever in the history of the championship, which started way back in 1989.
On paper, anyway.
Yeah. Good point.
And there we see Louis. And I think the coach is not going to take any chance. He's going to make a sub and get him off because he'll need him for the last game in this
on Sunday.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
He has a card, and also he's now picked up a knock. I think this is his last bit of action in this game.
They'll play Jamaica on Sunday, so that will be a critical match for them as well, especially this group which is so open. Not too sure what the substitute Harry Novillo attempted to do there. Trying to catch the goalkeeper off guard.
He would have caught me and all because I didn't look for him from way out there trying the opportunity, but the goalkeeper was cheating. And a substitution is being made. Louis coming off. And the number 18 player is going on for Haiti.
Sonny Mustivar. Sonny Mustivar.
Doesn't sound like a Haitian name.
Belfont goes up and wins the header, but doesn't find a teammate with the play. Remy Marval at the back for Martinique. Goran.
And you see, we're talking about that sub and the more direct ball. You know, Martinique likes to play the ball out, but now with the substitutions up front, the strikers, 37 year, can't get around the park. So the ball is going to go into him in the air, and he will flick it on and hopefully get his teammates around him and get in the box as soon as possible.
Again, Belfont wins a header up there. Shaki puts the chase on, but that ball is too far ahead of him for him to make a winning challenge for it. Haiti, less than 5 minutes away from a victory here to go to the top of the group. Coming up in the second game, 8 o'clock local time, 9 o'clock Eastern Caribbean on Digicel Sports Max 2. Jamaica against Antigua and Barbuda. And it seems as if those two teams, here's Belfont breaking free. Can Haiti make it 3? Not at the moment. Still Belfont shoved off the ball there by Marval. Not the strongest of players. Wayward effort there on goal. But he has good skill, Belfont.
A very rangy player is Belfort, but definitely saw the strength level of his game is not there, and he was really rushed off the game. I think he needs to make the runs. Once he makes the runs and get the ball in behind and stuff like that, he's a very dangerous player. He's not a post-up type striker per se. He's more of a running striker, and has the ball to his feet or in the space, he'll be very dangerous, but not when he's post-up against players.
Haiti. Wow, Shaki breaks free. He's all alone on the flank. Cutting inside, does well with the play inside, and the shot on goal by Belfont has no power on it. Makes it really easy for Ilana.
But again, Shaki and Belfort linking up brilliantly on the flank. Shaki then using his pace and powers. We saw in the goal when he set it up for Belfort. And I thought that Belfort contact in this play. Here we go again. Shaki, that pace turns inside and plays a very intelligent ball. And Belfort is upset with himself, didn't get enough on it. But good play by Shaki, good composure. Composure he didn't show in the first half. And now he's showing the real player that he is in the second half of this game.
I think Belfort was a little bit wrong-footed as he approached the ball there and just didn't get the
I actually thought he should have gone with his left foot.
He could
because
have.
it would have been coming across his body and it would have been more natural for him to go, but probably don't have the confidence in his left foot as a right footer. So probably something that Belfort can work on in training so that it get him, you know, to be maybe a more all-round striker.
Haiti, 2.5 minutes away in normal time from a well-earned victory. They have looked a very purposeful side in the second half. The first half was a bit tame from both teams showing a lot of respect for each other. But Haiti came out with a lot of purpose in the second half and got goals in the 52nd and 63rd. Pascal Millian, who loves to make those long, mazy dribbles from his half of the field.
Extremely good play from him. He was looking for a foul. He was looking to kill time. He was looking to run time off the clock, so he just kept running down in the corner, and the defender obliged by nicking him from behind.
So Haiti on the verge of collecting 3 points from this tough fixture against Martinique. Touria, Garot. Still Garant, wasting time over on the flank there with the ball. Gives the ball away eventually, a bit carelessly too. And Martinique in real trouble here now. Garant protects the ball. His forcing pass through, though, doesn't get to the target. And the Haitians are building up a promising play again here through Millian. Loses the ball, though, to Marival. Marval's long play upfield. Faubert's pass is messed up here by the Haitian defender, but he recovers well enough to reclaim possession of the ball.
And Faubert has been taken out of the game totally. We probably haven't mentioned his name twice in the last 15 minutes of the game, and that's because Haiti have done an excellent job of ball possession. They've kept the ball well, they've moved the ball, and when the Martinican players do get it, they crowd them and they win the ball. You see them make defensive changes. They learned from the first game when they leading 2-0 and lost the game, and they have rectified those problems.
Shaki to Belfort, can this be 3? Oh. Yes it is! Haiti sealing this Group B match in style. Belfort completes a double.
And there we go again, that combination between Belfort and Shaki. What a player to have coming off the bench. I think Belfort probably could start on 3 or 4 of the other teams in this tournament. And here he is coming off the bench just to tell you and magnify the power or the depth in squad. And here he goes again, Shaki. What a great ball.
That's a beautiful delivery from Shaki.
And he went left foot. As we spoke earlier, he should have gone left foot with the first one. And here he learned from his mistake. And that's a player who is developing all the time, who made a mistake in the first instance and 5 minutes ago, and now in the 5 minutes after correcting it.
Yeah. And, you know, the Americans like to talk about assists in soccer. I guess then from that standpoint, Shaki would be making the headlines in an American report reviewing this match as he assisted on 2 of those goals.
Any good coach will also assess him that way because the runs that he has been made, and if he can hold his run, as you see, if he can hold his run a couple of times in the first half, about 4 to 5 on 5 occasions, he's running a bit too early and getting in an offside position. But when he holds
a touch in, and he tries it with the outside of the.
Okay, so Martinique then sinking to a very heavy loss here. 3 minutes of time added on for stoppages.
He made over 300 in his Chippewa career.
Underneath the bucket. Gilder hits the deck hard for the goal and a foul.
This has been a very disappointing outing for them. I don't think this was an easy result to predict.
And the good thing about this for Haiti,
so at the 4:17 mark of our first quarter, we're going to have an N1 possibility for the Blue Crew. And with the dead ball, we've got multiple substitutions for both sides.
You saw Coach Josh Jones, former Creighton Blue Jay, who never saw a shot he didn't like.
scoring 2 goals and not getting a goal again to help their goal difference.
No, the old-fashioned three.
Now knowing that they have to win by a couple goals.
Right, because their goal difference at the moment is +3, which is good for them.
Yep.
The final whistle isn't far away. Martinique maybe with one final flurry towards goal here to probably reduce the embarrassment of this result. It was very, very hard to envisage Martinique losing this game by 3-0. There goes Million again. Sets the ball back. And Martinique just now waiting for the final whistle. No coming back for them now. And there goes referees. Whistle. Sherwin Moore calls an end to this one. And Martinique are beaten heavily here by 3-0. A double strike from the super sub, Kervins Belfort. There he is, number 9. Goals in the 63rd and 91st minutes. Adding to the Wilde Guerrilla strike in the 52nd. Martinique starting off the second half here. There were no goals in the first half, so both teams came out in the second half looking for goals. And Jeff Louis making an attempt there on goal. And here comes the first goal with Wilde Guerrilla. Brilliant strike. He took it down wonderfully with the left foot, finished expertly with the right, and that gave Haiti the 1-0 lead and the momentum to take full control of this match. Here's the second goal coming up now with Shaki firing across goal. Bad bit of goalkeeping there by Steve Elana. The ball slips right through his legs. Belfort right on spot to knock the ball home powerfully and giving them the 2-0 lead. Belfort wasn't finished yet. There were more goals to come. Martinique tried to pull something back. An offside call there against the number 5 Jean-Sylvain Babin, and Martinique's goal there disallowed. Another attempt here on goal for Martinique, and Garon claiming a penalty there for the challenge on him. But here comes Shaki now and knocks the ball inside. A chance there for Belfort to score his second of the night. It didn't come then, it would have come later because his effort there wasn't strong enough, and Elana did well there. But here comes the third goal. Belfort coming on the end of a beautiful pass from Emmanuel Shaki, and finishes well with a left foot, strong, firm, low. And goalkeeper Elana beaten for the 3rd time on the night, and the super sub.
Formés de personnalités sportives qui sont allés au-delà de leurs ressources physiques. Ce tournoi, il y a le Corsica félicite chaudement le public haïtien, sportif et discipliné depuis l'ouverture des festivités de samedi 18. Martinique, pardon. Au cours de ce ont prouvé qu'il faut toujours le organisateur du tournoi pour mettre aussi l'accent dans les conditions difficiles, se sont acquittés de leurs tâches, sont inachevés. Travail réalisé par les journalistes sportifs aujourd'hui plus qu'hier, la presse haïtienne s'affirme comme une des plus importantes du moteur sportif haïtien. Au nom de la grande famille du football haïtien, le Corsica adresse des remerciements spéciaux aux membres des délégations de Cuba, de la Jamaïque, du Cameroun et de la Martinique qui ont largement contribué au succès des grandioses manifestations sportives marquant la réouverture du stade Silvio XIV. Enfin, au public pour présenter de chaudes félicitations aux membres de la sélection nationale qui, par leur détermination et leur indispensable campagne pour la reconstruction de notre football. Le Corsica se retire avec la satisfaction d'avoir apporté sa contribution dans cette campagne visant le retour de notre football au premier plan dans la zone CONCACAF. Vive le stade Silvio XIV, vive le football haïtien. Merci.
C'était le discours du président Corsica. C'était là le discours du président M. Fitzgerald Egg qui a prononcé le discours de circonstance. Et c'est la cérémonie de clôture que vous suivez au statificateur sur la TNH. Et nous allons vous apporter en direct cette rencontre avec tous les commentaires tactiques et techniques. Nous avons quelques invités. Tibou Salna est avec nous, Franck Exil et bien sûr l'équipe de la TNH qui va essayer de vous faire vivre cette rencontre. Spectaculaire rencontre, on espère bien, entre Haïti et la Martinique. On va remettre maintenant le tableau à Roger Mia. Vous voyez, j'espère que notre caméra va nous apporter le tableau. Voilà, merci monsieur. Continuez à peine un petit peu à droite. Voilà, c'est Marie-Antoinette Gauthier Buteau qui a le tableau en main pour le moment. Salut Joseph, c'est Roger Mia au milieu d'une foule de journalistes qui ont des difficultés quand même pour voir Roger Mia. Peut-être c'est la caméra d'en haut qui va peut-être récupérer Roger Mia pour nous. Voilà, merci bien. Vous voyez Roger Mia qui a joué hier au Stade Silvio XIV d'ailleurs, qui était à l'origine du but marqué par l'équipe du Cameroun, le seul but de cette équipe du Cameroun. Roger Mia qui va certainement prononcer quelques mots. Beaucoup de journalistes autour de Roger Mia. Saül Johnson Claude, c'est lui qui a réalisé ce tableau, cette peinture de Roger Mia qui nous avait émerveillé, vous vous rappelez très bien, en 1990 lors de la Coupe du Monde de l'équipe du Cameroun qui avait échoué face à la formation d'Angleterre. Voilà, le président du Corsica et l'artiste en question qui remet à Roger Mia. Voilà, Roger Mia très ému quand même. Et voilà, c'est Roger Mia, c'est une peinture bien réalisée par le jeune artiste haïtien qui a remis à Roger Mia. Voilà, Roger Mia qui donne quelques impressions. Les journalistes sont en pique quand même des déclarations de Roger Mia. C'est retiré Roger Mia à la mi-temps journaliste sur la Gounina. C'était la deuxième partie de cette cérémonie. Et je crois que Roger Mia aura à remettre également un maillot au président de la République. Donc, les minutes qui s'égrènent, on s'approche de l'heure de la rencontre, c'est pour 6h05. Vous voyez sur le petit écran, c'est Roger Mia avec le jeune artiste haïtien. C'est lui qui a profité de l'occasion pour quand même bénéficier de cette couverture au niveau du stade Silvio XIV. Nous rappelons que le stade était ouvert depuis midi 31h et en moins de 2 heures de temps, le stade était tout à fait rempli, donc avec beaucoup de difficultés. Il y a des gens qui ont regardé les conditions, après regarder les matchs, ils ont regardé la télévision. Parce qu'il n'y a pas un lien dans le match football, ça, c'est beaucoup de difficultés quand même. Nous voyons sur le petit écran également Patrick Tardieu qui est sur la pelouse en consultation avec le médecin de la sélection nationale Bern Paul. Est-ce que Patrick Tardieu qui était annoncé blessé avant le début de la rencontre? C'est le président de la République qui va maintenant se retrouver sur la pelouse. On voit sur le petit écran le secrétaire d'État Evans Tescofler et voilà le président de la République en tenue très décontracté. C'est le président de la République qui va se retrouver sur la pelouse du stade Sylvie 14. Voilà. Il descend pour le moment de la tribune pour se retrouver sur la pelouse pour recevoir un maillot de l'équipe du Cameroun. Il y a des dirigeants également de l'équipe de Martinique présents sur le terrain de jeu. L'équipe Tardieu est toujours sur le terrain en train de s'échauffer pour former la paire d'attaque. Le président, voilà, la collade avec Roger Mia. C'est le président de la République René Préval qui est sur la pelouse. C'est Vincent Coufflet et Roger Mia pour le moment. Et Roger Mia, voilà, qui va remettre le maillot numéro 9. C'est ça. C'est le maillot de l'équipe du Cameroun, les Lions est notable. Et le président va porter ce maillot pour le moment. Par contre, si c'est contre le football. Voilà, président, tout met des maillots sur lui. Pour ne pas prendre la main. Je mets des maillots sur lui là. Et puis je t'ai profité de faire 2 shoots là. Voilà, c'est Roger Mia qui donne la collade au président. Attention, c'est pas contre shoot et pas jouer dans la game, on qui regarde le football. Voilà, c'est le président de la République qui va. Voilà. Les journalistes n'en demandent pas mieux. Très peu d'espace. Bon, faut pas aider, c'est à mettre monsieur un gros rectangle, mettez un ballon, après mettez un gardien pour être capable de shooter, il faut qu'on aille désolé. On prend plaisir net. Ah, voilà, président. Ah, monsieur Bobassé Clinton. Moi, Clinton qui a prochaine l'autre jour au Brésil appelé. Son bas est triste. Clinton dit que c'est basketball, il va jouer. Voilà, c'est le président avec Mia. Qu'est-ce qu'il a tombé avant? Voilà. On s'est bien amusé. Ici, à voir le club public. Et le président avec son maillot numéro 9. Il a reçu ce maillot du grand joueur camerounais, Roger Mia, qui avait épaté le public haïtien, je rappelle bien, en 1990. Vous êtes sur la TNH, certainement, vous allez avoir d'ici quelques instants. Bon boule, bon joueur football, tout bon joueur, qui peut amuser nous, qui peut faire nous, un beau spectacle, je suppose, bien sûr. Et c'est le président de la République, maintenant, qui va peut-être prononcer quelques mots. Nous voyons bien, ça c'est l'équipe de. Le président qui va recevoir un fanion. C'est peut-être de la Martinique. Le secrétaire d'État qui a reçu le fanion. Le président avec sa balle et son maillot. Il y a encore, oui, M. Ek qui va recevoir également un fanion. C'est l'ambiance d'avant-match, la cérémonie de clôture. Ça a été une longue fête, une très belle fête au stade Sylvie 14 depuis samedi. Le retour au stade, l'équipe d'Haïti qui avait perdu face à la Jamaïque, mais l'équipe haïtienne aurait pu remporter cette rencontre. Ensuite, l'équipe haïtienne s'était imposée face à l'équipe de Cuba au penalty. Et la Martinique avait battu la formation du Cameroun. Et voilà la finale d'ici quelques minutes en direct du stade Sylvie 14. Patrick Tardieu, c'est peut-être la grande nouvelle qui était annoncé blessé avant la rencontre et qui sera présent sur la pelouse du stade Sylvie 14 à côté peut-être de.
Est-ce que selon vous-même, tout politicien de pays a de pays?
Voilà.
C'est les officiels qui laissent le champ de jeu. Le président de la République avec son maillot offert par Roger Mia. Il a pris également la balle. Et il se calmoté pour venir pour notre école pour discuter du joueur footballeur en sur terrain. classificateur, la finale de la tournoi de la réouverture du stade. Haïti face à la Martinique. Montilas. Voilà, ce sont les deux équipes qui arrivent actuellement. Le trio d'arbitre dirigé par l'équipe 1. Vous expliquez les coups Haïti qui joue avec le maillot rouge, culotte bleu, et l'équipe de la Martinique, tout de bleu vêtu. Les deux équipes vont s'aligner pour le moment pour les hymnes nationaux. On se rapproche petit à petit de l'heure de la rencontre qui est faite pour 6h05. On a respecté plus ou moins jusqu'à présent. J'ai écouté l'hymne du tournoi. On a Rogénia et Manosana. Rogénia qui a été très sollicité au cours de ce tournoi. Ils vont peut-être... Ouais, l'équipe haïtienne qui se retrouve sur le côté sud du terrain. Et l'équipe de la Martinique. Les joueurs de la Martinique se tiennent la main pour le moment en signe de solidarité. Pour l'équipe de la Martinique, on devrait avoir de l'aide du Franciette, en défense Miron, Maximin, François, Eugène, Lucéa et Clovis. Au milieu de terrain, on devrait retrouver Boulette, Fondelo, Gibon. Et en attaque, Mondestin et Patrick Persin. L'équipe haïtienne sur le terrain, nous voyons Montilas, le capitaine, le 16 Petit est là également, Roosevelt Désir. Il y a également Chris Monor Télisma. Nous voyons également Eddie César. Il y a Itala. Il y a Patrick Nertilus. Donc, et définitivement, Patrick Tardieu ne commencera pas la rencontre. C'est Goldman qui est sur le terrain. Oui. Patrick était entré pour s'échauffer, donc on n'a pas pris la décision de commencer avec Patrick Tordu. Donc c'est bien sûr Goldman qui va commencer la rencontre. Donc par contre, qui ça fait pour changement ça de Goldman à Patrick Tordu?
Et ça va dépendre de placement Goldman parce que Goldman est passé dans l'axe terrain et c'est peut-être la force aussi de Hugues Brun. Monsieur remet axe terrain et dans 3-5-2, il faut que Rayon avance effectivement qui sortit de temps en temps, soit dans le couloir droit, soit dans le couloir gauche. Donc placement Goldman à côté Hugues Brun par très significatif dans le match et c'est là peut-être que Haïti peut, parce que nous connaissons que Goldman peut jouer lourd effectivement, mais il n'est pas très fort techniquement dans le monde sur lui. Et c'est dans ça, ça me dit qu'il faudrait que normalement, demi-arrière latéraux, tu as plus support au niveau de la largeur du terrain, parce que l'équipe haïtienne monopolise le ballon trop au niveau du milieu de terrain par aisance technique qui est à l'arrière Monor, et surtout avec Patrick Tadibus qui a tendance à beaucoup plus axel plutôt que de sortir sur là pour nous passer par descendre.
Voilà, les deux équipes sont sur le terrain, c'est Mano Sano et Roger Mia. Ils sont en train de serrer les mains aux 22 joueurs qui vont disputer cette finale. Haïti face à la Martinique. Haïti s'était imposé face à Cuba et la Martinique face à l'équipe du Cameroun. Et la finale, le décor est bien planté, le public un peu fatigué quand même il y en a qui sont là depuis 1h de l'après-midi. Ça fait bon 5 heures. Les anciens footballeurs, les anciens avant-centres qui ont marqué le football mondial, qui saluent maintenant les joueurs de la Martinique. On va avoir les hymnes nationaux. Il va y avoir également des primes des meilleurs joueurs, l'équipe la plus sportive, la plus fair play. Donc on va avoir beaucoup de trophées sur la petite table. Et la remise des trophées est prévue pour 8 heures du soir. Donc on sera avec vous pour 2 heures de temps sur la TNH et vraiment nous espérons avoir une bonne boule dans Stade TV 14.
Hymne national d'Haïti, la désalinienne. Marchons unis, dans nos rangs, point de traître, du sol, soyons seuls maîtres, marchons unis pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, marchons unis, pour le pays, pour les ancêtres.
Cérémonie finie, il y a là, le capitaine Balga des boules, 2 autres. Journaliste avec, si vous savez avec le rapidement, nous avons également Franck Desquil à suivre pour nous en détail ça va passer dans chaque équipe. C'est capable vraiment non seulement j'aime dire football là c'est pas garder goal mais le paquet de bail capable de terrain de jouer. nous devons prendre une disposition technique dans le TNH pour nous faire le plus de choses possibles. Vous voyez, c'est très fair play. Les joueurs haïtiens, les joueurs de la Martinique échangent de fanions pour le moment. Patrick Tardieu qui n'a pas pu commencer la rencontre. L'équipe de la Martinique, tout de bleu vêtu. Et l'équipe haïtienne avec le maillot rouge et la culotte bleue. Voilà, c'est l'orchestre qui laisse la pelouse. Tout le monde qui va voter bout de shot là, qui vient de boule, va être terrain. Il faut bagarre beaucoup plus sérieux sur le terrain. L'équipe haïtienne qui va vraiment critiquer de donner les deux formations. Pourquoi pas essayer d'avoir ça de manière officielle.
Et beau destin Jean-Michel, capitaine de l'équipe. En ligne attaque, Jodrin Miguel et Rosemin Maurice. Comme remplaçant, Lucéa Denis, numéro 9, Boulez Xavier, numéro 18, Beris Frédéric, numéro 19, et Erdi Eddy, numéro 1. CTR, Germe Jocelyn, entraîneur, Rêve Adélaïde Saint-Hubert. Pour sélection nationale de football, l'Angole Lecesque Petit, numéro 1. La défense, Enzo Lorenz, numéro 3. Eddie César, numéro 4. Roosevelt Désir, numéro 7. Delson Février, numéro 16. Patrick Nertilus, numéro 17. L'arbitre terrain, Wilfried Montilas, capitaine, numéro 14. Crispono Teluspa, numéro 10. Rubens Présime, alias Itala, numéro 8. L'enligne attaque. L'enligne attaque, sélection nationale de football, Balman Pierre, numéro 12. Et Point Hugens, numéro 20. Réserviste, Douglas Blanchard, gardien de but, numéro 22. Jean-Jacques Jamil, numéro 5. Charles Miguel, numéro 2. Sandro Marcelin, numéro 18. Samuel Joseph, numéro 6. Saint-Fleur Jacques Marie, numéro 9. Patrick Dardieu, numéro 11. Entraîneur, Hervé Totocalis, Philippe Jean-Louis, Édouard Jean-Baptiste Masseur, Docteur Jean-Marie Fitz-Henri et Docteur Paul Berne.
En direct de le centre du stade 14. D'ici quelques instants, ce sera le coup d'envoi. L'équipe haïtienne qui occupe le côté sud du terrain et l'équipe de la Martinique sur le côté nord. L'équipe haïtienne avec le maillot rouge et la culotte bleue. Tandis que la formation de la Martinique en bleu et blanc. Il peut être l'équipe de la Martinique qui va donner le coup d'envoi. Elle va être dirigée par un arbitre cubain. Ouais, c'est l'équipe de la Martinique qui va assurer la mise en jeu pour le début de cette finale Haïti-Martinique, tournoi réouverture du stade 14. Habite la contrôler si tout le monde est placé, si c'est chaque monde c'est 11 joueurs gagnés, il a couché vers là, il dit jouer boule. Ballon contrôlé par la formation de la Martinique avec le numéro 10, Fond de Thierry qui remet en retrait. Balle pour les Martiniquais avec Ludovic et Miron qui ouvre sur le côté gauche avec François Eugène. François Eugène remet à Clovis. Clovis combiné en retrait. Attention, le pressing haïtien. Balle contrôlée par la. Attention, haïtien est monté haut là. Ça, c'est différemment par rapport à l'équipe Jamaïque là. Est-ce que Matinique ou non? Haïtien prend ballon. Balle contrôlée par Montilas. Montilas marque pour ce ballon. Il fait il va le ballon. Il contrôle. Il a fait son partenaire démarqué. Il vient Itala. Itala pressant. Il continue dans le retrait. Il y a des mouvements ça. Itala. Dos mur. Je vais vous dire Itala. Danger pour la formation. Le centre contré du défenseur de l'équipe haïtienne qui était bien monté cette action de jeu. Donc appelé ça couloir, c'est extrêmement important. Donc couloir qui est disponible, que capable d'utiliser. Ballon récupéré par l'équipe de la Martinique. Et il contrôle la balle, il remet en avant avec Marcel Gibon. Un centre et récupéré par l'avancante, non, et plutôt par l'équipe haïtienne. Il remet libre. Attention, oh là là, il est là, un mauvais contrôle, mais Gainsbourg est présent. Il va ouvrir très bien à gauche, Patrick Nautilus. L'appel de balle, non pas Balil, trop pour l'DL, il conserve toujours. Il remet totalement en retrait pour Enzo Lorenz, qui c'est libéro, qui joue très bien à droite, et qui va haïtienne pas mal commencé du tout pour le moment présent. Balle contrôlée par Enzo Lorenz, très bon technicien, balle soulevée en avant, mais récupération de la défense et de la Martinique avec Maximin Cédric. Cédric qui était pour mettre terrain là, il voulait baller de boulet. Après son partenaire remarqué, appel de balle. Patrick Nautilus va soulever sur mon laisse, c'est ce qu'il va faire pour qui est pour Goldman. Dégagement de la défense et de la Martinique et bataille aérienne, habitat sifflé, faute contre équipe haïtienne, estimé que Montilas monté sur dos joueur Martinique. Là, vous voulez parler de Maurice. La balle, c'est plutôt Miguel Duragren qui était peut-être marqué le meilleur goal dans le tournoi jusqu'à présent. Nous rappelons 2 pieds de la guerre, 2-1 face à l'équipe Cameroun. La mise en jeu sera à l'avantage de l'équipe haïtienne, le public qui satisfait le début de rencontre équipe haïtienne. Au fur et à mesure, nous ça prend beaucoup plus confiance. Balle contrôlée par la formation haïtienne et une balle qui sort en touche à l'avantage des Haïtiens. Wilfried Montilas, le capitaine, qui remet à Des février. Monsieur fait le dribble, remet en avant. La prochaine chercher qui est, c'est Goldman Pierre. Goldman pas trop bon en position, ça. Goldman surtout en dans surface de réparation. Très mauvais contrôle de Goldman Pierre. Et la balle qui sera placée au 5,50 m à l'avantage de l'équipe de la Martinique. 0 pour Haïti, 0 pour la Martinique. Nous jouerons les premières minutes de cette rencontre en direct du certificateur. Voilà le public qui a prêté support là. C'est 12e homme, important. On a joué la caille, nous, de force supporter. Une longue passe en avant pour la tête de Der, soin février. Et recherche un Goldman Pierre. Balle contrôlée très bien par l'équipe de la Martinique avec Gibon. Gibon qui était pour Dugarin. Monsieur fait passer en avant. Attention, balle pour l'équipe de la Martinique. Monsieur fait passer en fond de tir. Attention. Et le 16 petit. Oh là là. Le 16 petit qui manquait la ballon. Hein. Il prend 2 temps. Et il ouvert pour Patrick Nautilus. Nautilus fait dans le ballon. Il contrôle. Il va remettre du pied droit avec Chris. Il traverse l'immédiatement. Il est capable de balayer Nautilus. Très bien. Nautilus prend ballon. Thibaut fait mouvement. La balle Thibaut quand même. Thibaut fait maintenant. Belle talonnade de Thibaut. Attention. Balle de Itala. Itala remet pour Chris Mono. Chris Mono ouvert totalement d'autre, mais très mauvais espace de Chris Mono. Et très salut capable intéressant, mais même beaucoup plus précis. Balle récupérée par l'équipe de la Martinique. Mauvaise passe qui va retrouver le gardien haïtien. Il s'agit bien de le 16 Petit. Les premières impressions jusqu'à présent de l'équipe haïtienne.
Et nous avons fait très bonne impression. Il peut être maîtrisé avec Matinique qui a raté les premières passes parce que c'est une pression très lourde avec le public là. Mais m'estimer, je dis effectivement, le but devrait venir de la droite parce qu'effectivement, ouais, Matinique a pris le marquage de la côté gauche là. Et si Delson Février positionne bien, avec changement d'aile, puisqu'on va faire aussi, faire bientôt, et un peu de vitesse, je pense que il a monté dans les premières minutes de jeu. Normalement, le but devrait venir de la droite.
L'équipe haïtienne et qui a bien commencé la rencontre, ballon contrôlé par l'équipe Matinique là, et joueur avec tennis, c'est mon tennis là, c'est très bon pour suivre ce qu'on dit les deux sous du feu, ballon récupéré par Dessoin qui fait il va remettre ligne, il va utiliser Montilas qui a le fond passe, l'équipe haïtienne est assez confiante comme ça, nous espérons quand il y a pas de c'est Enzo Lorenz qui joue très bien à gauche avec Central Bogodelia. Il passe encore pour Désir, Roosevelt Désir le Capois qui va combiner avec Nautilus. Position, il va rester limité. Il ne peut pas faire ça, il très bien, mais il n'est pas capable d'avancer avec elle, il remet les filles. Il passe très bon vite de Pismono, il s'apprête, Pismono capable de passer. Oh là là! Ça passe là.
Oui, c'est effectivement peut-être voir si pas un souffle, si peut-être pression en haut. Mais normalement, c'est un centre facile que le rater, donc ça arrive dans les meilleures familles. Ça arrive. Et je pense qu'il y a un très bon fond de jeu là, au niveau surtout de l'aile gauche, comme tu as parlé. Hein. Et j'espère que les qui sont sur le a profité de l'aisance technique qui va être gagner sur le gauche.
La balle est pour la formation haïtienne avec Enzo Lorenz qui intervient très bien. Attention, Enzo Lorenz, très bon libéraux jusqu'à présent au statificateur. Il remet à Itala. Itala retourne sur lui-même, il est ouvert pour Chris Mono. Chris Mono qui est un petit peu lourd. Depuis le début du noir, il met à bon, danger pour, attention, il qu'est-ce que ça fait ballon, il est qui va tirer, non, week-end, plus qu'on a ballon là pour mettre deux bières, il insiste, il exagère un petit peu, et finalement, intervention de l'équipe martiniquaise. Matinique a 10 secondes ballon, il s'entraîne, Goldman Pierre, c'est le salmon, et finalement, balle récupérée par le gardien martiniquais, Franciette qui ouvert rapidement sur le côté gauche. Les Haïtiens ont très bien commencé la rencontre. Les premières impressions de Tilou Salna.
Très bonne impression de l'équipe haïtienne. Alors, comme je dis, même le match pour Matinique, match pour l'équipe, moi, mais ouais, comment que vers le ballon de la défense, comment que le passer à l'immédiatement, et là, comment l'immédiatement. À ce moment-là, mettre la position de tir. Donc c'est ça que m'a suivi jusqu'à présent. Et petit problème. Vous trouvez que numéro 8 là, Itala il jouait un petit peu motivant à jouer l'homme libre. Là pour recevoir ballon, pour construire, pour la et à la défense et à la carte. C'est-à-dire que nous pas jouer le 4-3-3 là. Et attaquant, et puis pour là, et aussi en fait. On va dire que c'est lui qui va
Voilà, c'est Tilou Salna. Avec la capote pratique ainsi que France Exil, nous en direct du simulateur. Haïti très bien commencé. Attention, le coup franc exécuté, mais trop facile pour inquiéter le gardien. Franciette qui a remis à droite rapidement pour son numéro 4, c'est Maximin. Attention, la balle est contrôlée par la formation martiniquaise qui s'en sort très bien. Et j'ai tout à l'heure que Remé, ouais, comment il a sorti dans toute l'île, fait très bien pour le match. Attention, danger pour l'équipe haïtienne. Le tir contré par Enzo Lorenz et la défense haïtienne beaucoup plus calme aujourd'hui avec beaucoup plus de savoir. Patrick Natilus qui faut ballon. Ils font longue passe en avant. Le Thibaut, pas bien bataille. Donc là, son ballon jeté. Ballon récupéré par l'équipe martiniquaise. Ouverture sur le côté gauche pour l'équipe de Martinique avec Gibon. Gibon poussé en avant pour Dugagrin. Attention, son danger lié. Mais très bon mouvement de Enzo Lorenz qui aurait vraiment épaté le stade Silvio 14. Le jeune libéraux haïtien Enzo Lorenz. Vraiment, dans les 3 matchs, il a été vraiment spectaculaire. Ballon contrôlé par l'équipe Matinique. Il arrive à passer en 1-2. Attention, on passe en avant. Attention, 3 contre 1. Il arrive à passer. Habitat, pas de la pénalité. Alors que l'équipe Matinique lui-même a réclamé la pénalité. Habitat dit ballon placé au 50. Donc, l'haïtien était vraiment chaud sur l'action. Ça.
Il était souligné ça. Effectivement, comme nous avons dit tout à l'heure, récupération ballon par rapport à Montiglas qui excentre un petit peu trop. Dans l'axe central noir, en tournant la parfaite avec le terrain. Donc récupération ballon très difficile. Là, fait 3-1 de sous nous devant carré noir top. Mais estimez que faire un double marquage dans l'axe central là, parce que Ariel Antero nous qui est tendance à rentrer, il y a le gonflé de milieu de terrain sans que pas marquage avant. Donc trop libre.
La balle dangereuse, mais finalement conjurée par l'équipe martiniquaise qui a rentré là contre la même de plus en plus qu'on a regardé là. Ouverture pour l'équipe de la Martinique, le numéro 16 c'est Awad Claude et il laisse pour son numéro 6.
Match là pour commencer. Match Haïti a pour commencer. Match là pour commencer. Si Haïti gagne match ça, il va passer comme meilleur troisième. Comme meilleur troisième en nous. Marie doit être nous. Pour nous voir si Haïti est capable de gagner un match ça. Fanatique Haïti. Qui remet Haïti, qui j'en ouye. Est-ce que nous en forme? Fanatique Haïti, fanatique Brésil, fanatique Real Madrid, Barcelone, qui j'en ouye. Match là pour commencer. On nous espérer Haïti pour Haïti doit gagner match ça. Si Haïti veut rester dans le championnat, il doit gagner match ça. Il doit gagner match ça. Haïti doit gagner match ça s'il veut rester dans le championnat pour le passer en troisième position. En nous tente pour nous ça cap passer. Est-ce que vous pouvez gagner là? Match là va encore commencer, non? Match là va commencer dans 2-3 minutes comme ça. Les 4 boules. Depuis pays États-Unis, Haïti, Martinique. Haïti, Matinique. Moi, j'espère, monsieur, au poté la joie dans le haïtien, oui. Que au poté la joie dans le haïtien parce que yo mette pays dans yon chouboum. Bagay comique net. Ça qui a passé dans Haïti. Politiquement parlant, nous en bas, nous avons enterré nous. Politiquement parlant, nous avons enterré le pays. Et je vais projeter le match là, un petit calme. Je vais le match là commencer. Et je ne peux pas mettre un peu de temps, sinon je suis capable de bloquer la chaîne. Ça fait, nous ne pouvons pas montrer le match là, nous pouvons commenter action for you. Et puis si vous aimez Haïti, vous aimez Boule, vous aimez aussi fanatique Real Madrid, commentez, fanatique Barcelone, commentez, partagez live là. Et depuis dans le pays Mexique, nous là, nous portons match là bas où. M'espérer et match là pour commencer. Non, il y a deux matchs qu'on y a là. Dans le moment ça, il y a deux matchs. Haïti Martinique et puis Canada et États-Unis. Canada et États-Unis déjà passé. Canada gagne 6 points. Et États-Unis gagne 6 points tout. Haïti gagne 0 points. Martinique gagne 0 points. Et puis Martinique gagne -4 et -8 goals. Et puis
et ce sera un coup franc à l'avantage de l'équipe martiniquaise. En ce sens, pas oublier que jouer ici, on a regardé là, dans tu vas laisser peser beaucoup plus. Poste haïtienne. Donc là, pour regarder ça tout à fait, il faut que tu aies au moins 2 cm sur le qui est au banner, niveau 4 dans le débat là, le centre exécuté, mais mauvaise réalisation de l'équipe de la Martinique, et ce sera une balle au 5 m dans l'avantage de l'équipe haïtienne. Rapidement, le petit va mettre à droite. Et c'est ce qui carré l'espace, capable de appel de balle de Hugues, c'est pas bien Roger. Hugues j'ai le ballon. Attention, qu'est-ce qu'il y a bien bataille là? Très bon tacle du défenseur de la Martinique. Il s'agit de Maximin qui a suivi Hugues. Et très sportivement, monsieur fait un changement. Intervention de l'équipe haïtienne dans l'équipe de la Martinique. Et contrôle de base des frappes de Cassin. Fait une longue balle en avant, direction de la tête de Modestin. Et Chris Monod reprend très bien. Chris Monod retrouve sur lui-même. Il doit chercher Montilas qui préfère conserver très bien un couloir droite là. Bien sûr, qui bon de notre bonhomme là. Qui arrive en bien évident. Attention, bien sûr, pour le match dessus là. Oh là là. On va prendre deux positions pour faire action. Là, on va continuer, on va tout bien faut dire. Là, on a pas ça. Là, on a ça, on est tiers. Et l'absolument international, on va la partie de l'adversaire. Il faut que le droit est éloigné. Pas qu'un approchement assez. Et quand l'équipe l'a fait en condition, il est normal que je joue plus près. Je joue une passe en profondeur, toute passe en profondeur, surtout dans le couloir. Mais l'heure où on a un ballon, il faut être plus pragmatique dans le processus de plaque en se rapprochant davantage. Voilà, en direct du certificateur Martinique, Haïti, tournoi de réouverture. L'équipe haïtienne qui essaie de remporter ce tournoi. Allons contrôler par l'équipe Matinique. Dieu passe dans la c'est Matinique. Mauvaise passe, la balle qui va sortir en touche à l'avantage de l'équipe haïtienne. Les agents qui va laisser le pas Chris Monod de l'Ismaël. Il préfère mettre la gardien le 16 petit. Le 16 petit, gardien à SCA. Il va mettre Chris Monod de Caboulan, le club haïtien. La regardez Chris Monop qui fait politique latérale gauche là, il conserve le ballon, il remet Haïti à la chercher le ballon. Patrick Neptunus a pris terrain là, Chris Monop capable de camper pour lui tout. Donc couloir gauche est beaucoup plus à l'aise. Il y a Montilas qui remet avec Ita la cap terrain, Ita la cap chance le tir mais raté. Vous voulez remarquer ça?
Ça c'est attaque ici. C'est comme ça qu'on se voit. L'autre terme, et passion précise, c'est-à-dire que monsieur ouvre exactement espace. Il exploite bien, et puis pour l'envie de tomber normalement, pour tirer au but, et puis si le fait que le pas réussi, pas un problème. Mais vous sentez que la passe au milieu du terrain, chercher M. Balil, la Balil, ouais. Là, il faut presque trier l'espace balade.
Voilà Haïti qui commence le match très bien jusqu'à présent, bonne occupation de terrain. Bon, il y a quelques techniques qui fait, nous sommes capables de dire, mais quand même, l'occupation de terrain n'est pas mauvaise. Ballon contrôlé par Itala, vient chercher ballon. C'est ça, dit non, il faut que Itala vienne manger plus de ballon. C'est si vous résistez à l'attaque là, si vous contrôlez le ballon, si vous avez une deux, oh là là, une deux ratée par Goldman Pierre, les deux de l'équipe haïtienne. Goldman Pierre qui remplace aujourd'hui Patrick Cardieu blessé. Et la balle est pour l'équipe haïtienne. Habite arrêté ballon.
De temps en temps, pour ce l'adversaire, fait passe long. Varier de types de ça, on connaît exactement comment on va battre.
Nous sommes en du certificateur Haïti face à l'équipe de la Martinique. 0 entre les deux formations, c'est la finale. Balle dégagée rageusement pour la défense de la Martinique et la balle qui va sortir en touche à l'avantage de l'équipe haïtienne. Envisagé par la suite par Chris Monod et Lisman. Couloir gauche là beaucoup plus intéressant quand même le fait que Chris Monod commence à latéral gauche, il est capable de retourner sans problème avec Patrick Neptunus. Donc pile mouvement qu'a fait dans le couloir ça.
Oui, élégamment, là il y a des milieux de terrain comme ça, il y a des équipes pas qui dans le couloir, donc Montilas parce que monsieur pas qu'à prendre l'aile. Donc ce qui signifie que l'équipe haïtienne vient un petit fausse côté par rapport à
oh là là, un super tir, excusez-moi, c'est mon tir micro parce que Mbaka qui était ballon, ça va c'est super ball du tout. Et le ballon qui passait légèrement à côté des buts du gardien ancien.
Il est évident que Patrick Neptunus avec Chris Monod est techniquement paraît beaucoup plus fort et dans le conduit du là par rapport à Montilas qui ont joué en général qui toujours axé. Des hommes de pas de support que Patrick Neptunus gagne de Chris Monod là. Donc il est évident que si Montilas baille des hommes de support ça, il a développé des duos comme joueur de Milan à certaines époques. Donc il est très bon pour l'équipe haïtienne, ça tape équilibré.
On est exécuté par Chris Monod et Lisman, reprise de la tête de l'équipe haïtienne. Le danger est toujours là. Oh là là, non, monsieur. Non, il a fait faute. Il a fait faute dans la salle Pavlé sous Maxime et Cédric. C'est pas faute lui. Il n'a pas de sur carton pour ça. Si nous sommes capables de regarder l'action, nous voir bien comment le télescopage l'a fait, mais vraiment, ce n'est pas du tout volontaire de regarder l'action, mais qu'on est activé. Reprise de la tête. Ouais, monsieur Pral essayer de faire reprise là. Du joueur en général pas fait ça à tout parce que c'est extrêmement dangereux, même pour bras pour quand tomber mal. Et au lieu de ce jeune ballon, c'est tête Rasta que le bras. Et Rasta quand même le fait pour jouer. Ballon contrôlé par Patrick Neptunus. Neptunus qui gagne espace, il préfère soulever pour qui ça passe ça. Attention, Huguesboin, oh là là! Huguesboin qui tentait un lobe de la tête pour le gardien Franciette. Gardien ça. Et autant ça que du respect. Il était capable de peut-être là quand même. Ballon contrôlé par la formation de l'équipe de la Martinique. Ouverture sur le côté droit. Attention, quand on décrit le ballon, la parade haïtienne se tire en force. Mais c'est quand même un gros à moi que Michel fait là. Passer, attention, ballon contrôlé par la formation de la Martinique. Danger. Oh là là, ça peut être le but. vraiment été extrêmement agressif pour la jambe et désespérer sur action.
Ouais, c'est la retenue l'action ça il y a lieu de regretter Patrick parce que la défense centrale Martinique est très faible. Et deuxième bagage, c'est activité dans le boule là. Et troisième bagage, c'est peut-être continuer vos professionnalisme dans le côté côté tac le ballon. C'est pas habitude du haïtien. Si je ne pas tac le ballon, pas qu'à gagner il va rabattre ça. Et l'arrivée fait vite et c'est tout à son honneur.
Voilà, nous comprenons bien que le sacrificateur Haïti a mené par 1-0. Gros effort réalisé par Hugues, du moins par Patrick Nautilus, qui permet que Hugues peut tacler le ballon en de goal là. Et Haïti mène par 1-0 à soir. Après fait réellement dans le pays à 19e minute de jeu. Hugues Boisson offrit à Haïti premier goal là. Et on faute, comme l'indique l'arbitre, mais c'est sur la côte de la Martinique. Si nous marquons sur un goal en main.
Il a réussi à faire, mais pour présent, on a dit pour ballon, ça va plus de goal là. Très bien.
Ça, c'est un goal anglais, particulièrement Gary Lineker, qui va jamais décourager. Quelque chose, goal par contre, belle ligne, centre de fil allié et 1-0 pour lui-même. Alors, contrôlé par Patrick Nautilus, appel de balle de Chris Mono. Chris Mono pour casser derrière. Il joue là. Attention, Chris Mono arrive à centrer. Et Jean-François Abdia, défense et Martinique, extrêmement faible sur point ça. Et nous jouons espace pour l'entrée, pour nous prétendre. Qui fait une mauvaise action avec ballon, récupéré par l'équipe de la Martinique. Attention, Miguel perd du ballon, récupération de l'équipe de la Martinique avec le numéro 15 et Rosemond. La balle est toujours martiniquaise. Mais j'ai dans la ligne internationale pour tout le monde, il dit pas de avantage et un coup de pied qui baille. Et l'arbitre va certainement peut-être espérer par un carton, mais le ballon des joueurs pour calmer puisque faites la TB commencer, on ne va pas gâter. Haïti 1, Martinique 0.
Et quand on voit l'équipe là de haut, mais cependant, il faut ne pas excès dans la facilité, surtout Kismono et Patrick Nautilus, et surtout Montilas, et qui ont des facilités techniques. Il ne pas utiliser des facilités techniques qui ont des conditions faciles. C'est effectivement des difficultés, surtout vraiment facilité très fluide, et qui ont pile l'espace là-dedans, Haïti dans pile l'espace, et qui ne pas faire du ballon n'importe quel côté, surtout dans le tir international. J'espère que nous avons un deuxième goal parce qu'on est équipe qui est en compétition, autre qui a un moral solide, pas qu'à gagner un match avec un but d'écart. Il est important que tu exploites davantage ces deux Matinique dans l'axe terrain et puis aussi parce que là nous.
Voilà, nous en direct du sacrificateur Haïti appelé par 1-0 très bon mouvement. Montilas qui met sur le côté droit. Bien son balai à droite pour Itala. Itala contrôle le ballon, il remet plus non, pas contre le nécessaire là, parce qu'il n'y a pas de soupe, mes amis, pour faire qualité force ça. Là, c'était changer jouette là pour permettre que monsieur comme latéral, tout bien si il a petit couloir droit, mais pas exagérer là-dedans.
Ah, on reconnaît, ils sont petits défauts dans l'équipe haïtienne. Par exemple, on doit attaquer commencer depuis en l'air sous bord droit. Il va au premier pas sous bord droit. On va mettre sous bord droit. Troisième passe, toujours le couloir droit. Quatrième passe, on fait encore sous bord droit. Alors que le tac avec exploité dans le terrain, on fait deuxième passe sous bord droit pour leur chercher. Parce qu'on va oublier que le goal c'est la mi-temps, c'est ça, c'est centre, tirer au but. Donc, dernier passage à partir de tiers terrain pour M. chercher milieu terrain pour combiner avec avant pour tirer au but à partir des entrées.
1 pour Haïti, 0 pour la Martinique. Nous sommes en direct du Sative 14. C'est le tournoi de réouverture du stade. On n'attendait pas Haïti en finale et voilà Haïti qui s'apprête peut-être s'il. Elle arrive à maintenir ce score de 1-0, à remporter ce tournoi, alors que tout le monde parlait de l'équipe du Cameroun, grand favori de ce tournoi. Chris Mono Télisma qui va remettre en jeu le milieu terrain de l'équipe haïtienne. Bonne intervention de Maximin. Balle dégagée par l'équipe haïtienne. La balle est contrôlée toujours par les Haïtiens. Nous devons récupérer maintenant par la formation de la Martinique. Belle longueur ça, il est capable de jouer un tir là, mais finalement une balle qui est passée légèrement à côté de l'équipe haïtienne et une discussion au niveau de la défense haïtienne. Il faut calmer, c'est pas un moment pour nous fédérer là, c'est pour nous jouer de manière calme et c'est ça qu'il faut faire de là. Alors l'équipe pas habituée en compétition, il faut rapide, Il dit que il pas capable facilement au score de 1-0 tête chaud, c'est beaucoup plus calme pour le Brésil. Attention, c'est Montilas qui arrive passer. Montilas, capitaine de l'équipe haïtienne. Il remet très bien avant pour Goldman. Attention, Goldman cavalier d'autres Kounia. C'est ça pour le faire Kounia. Non, il peut jouer avec Higgins. Higgins qui va ballon pour lui. Et tout d'abord, c'est retrouvé sous ballon et par réalisation. Là, on est net fait ouverture. Même si tu nous disais, le centre pour aller, mais il était capable de rechercher ça. Oh là là, tu peux nous apprendre. Pile Enzo Lorenz qui remet à Patrick Natilus. Mais très bon tacle de la défense de la Martinique. C'est bon pour toute zone. Oui, et pour ça, si jeune, monsieur était bon, j'étais capable de faire Teenage Joseph, deuxième libéro haïtien. C'est une grosse parole qui dit là, et monsieur vraiment, monsieur épaté public là, pendant tout noir ça, monsieur était vraiment très intéressant. Tac, ça n'est pas nécessaire, et qu'on est capable de blesser là, d'autres, pas aucune raison pour faire un tac comme ça. Monsieur Enzo Lorenz, il y en a pas que monsieur effectivement, comme je vois ici, monsieur une lecture dans le jeu là. Tactiquement, monsieur est très aguerri, monsieur une facilité technique que monsieur a lié là ça. Pas mettre tête dans une position compliquée et puis une bonne lecture de jeu. Voilà, dégagement de la tête de Enzo Lorenz, cette plongeante balle récupérée par l'équipe haïtienne avec Itala. Bon, monsieur c'est Rubens Présimé, mais c'est Itala que je connais le bon stade là. C'est petit frère Brun Sabé Fonti aller ça, balle contrôlée par Patrick Natilus, Brun Sabé c'est technicien de télévision, attention, très bon moment d'Itala, balle pour Higgins Brun habitation. Alhamdoulilah. Est-ce que monsieur fait une de ça à tout, non? Monsieur qui espace pour l'aller. Son 7 liés, son 7 play, on fait ça à l'entraînement en pile. Et l'on fait 1-2 à troisième, c'est pour nous sortir sous bord là. Mais pas comprendre que il y a des spontanéités dans le jeu là, ou qu'un bel petit moment où pour hésiter pour mettre le shoot là. Haïti 1, Martinique 0. Le public haïtien qui s'amuse au certificateur. Et on l'espère que vous êtes en train de le faire également chez vous, avec la TNH bien sûr. Ballon contrôlé par Miguel, qui est extrêmement dangereux. Nous, les joueurs tennis, ça va bon ici. Ballon contrôlé par Chris Mono qui prend le ballon. Chris Mono calmement remet à Montilas. Montilas conserve le ballon. Il remet à Itala. Itala pour Montilas. Maintenant facile. Attention. Cherchons au monde. Pas que belle trouve, il va bouger. Ça va barrer la Adidas. Ballon contrôlé par la formation haïtienne. Avec Ouzel Desi qui l'en remédiant. Il est capable de terrain. Ils font une longue passe en avant. En direction de. Si monsieur fait 5 coups, il va encore. Il est capable de 6e. Nous voulons parler de latéral droit haïtien. Il a travaillé en pile. Nous avons parlé de couloir droit. Ça va faire.
Two players on the bench. I will say they have experience on the bench, but he's one of the two players available on the bench. Yeah.
And he's only 22 years of age, but Pierre, the coach there, in the middle, 40 years of age. What a job he's done to get his players motivated, to play on the front foot, to try and enjoy the occasions of playing against the US and Canada, where they can hold their head up high. You know, again, they've had problems, but they've worked hard together, they've played good counter-attacking soccer. And Martinique will be looking over their shoulder because yes, they've got depth on the bench, yes, they've got players that can come in, but they haven't performed as well as they would like to in this tournament.
Oh, well, that wasn't a bad ball out wide. Very good take from Timon as well in a good position. This is a flick ball going the other way. The Martinique man stays on the ground. Haiti will look to counter. And Bamous in a very good position centrally. Here he is. On the turn, he's got options out wide, and Denegetian is very good in 1v1 situations. Pulls that one back to the edge of the penalty area. And the shot from distance brings the first save of the match. There's a Taj. 2 strong fists to that one. The goalkeeper making his first appearance. Etienne again, well placed. Another good ball, and this time we have the opening goal. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Garnaja Antoine hit it with authority. A lovely delivery from Etienne, and Haiti are off the mark.
Well, it's wonderful play. Not only the first sign of counter-attack, the way they broke on that right-hand side, but they kept the ball. Etienne was involved numerous times in this build-up. You could see in their faces the focus, there's determination in their play. Wonderful little give and go. They get took out here with the ball pops down, but what they did really well, Keith, is keep the ball circulating and bring the ball back. It's a wonderful finish.
Goal!
It's a wonderful finish.
Goal! Haïti a mené 1-0. Haïti a mené 1-0 là, oui. Haïti a mené 1-0. Match là 1-0 là. Match là 1-0. Match là 1-0.
Teams that are playing. But what a start, you know, touched on it, Keith. You said about the players, COVID, they're missing experienced players where they did so well in the last World Cup. The two main strikers, they're not in this lineup, but great character and great heart to keep playing the way they are. Etienne involved as we sucks on the point on this left-hand side.
So it was goal number 999. That's because the US have got an early goal in that pivotal Group B matchup. And here come Haiti again. Another cross in. Antoine was in that central position. Damouz was looking to find him.
Well, Damouz is a live wire. He plays for Orange County in the USL and is very direct with his play.
And that's Christian getting forward. Etienne. That one just gone away from
Match là 1-0, oui monsieur. Match là 1-0. Haïti a mené 1-0. Haïti a mené 1-0. Haïti a battu Martinique là. 1-0. Si Haïti passe, il y a 3e. Si Haïti passe, il y a passé comme meilleur 3e. Si Haïti passe, il y a passé comme meilleur 3e. Match là 1-0. On y a là, c'est Haïti qui a contrôlé le match là. Ballon pour Haïti. Haïti 1-0. Haïti 1-0. Va changer le résultat. Haïti 1-0. Est-ce qu'on pense que Haïti a passé? Est-ce qu'on pense que Haïti a passé tout noir pour l'aller dans le quart de finale?
Well, again, the goalkeeper is 35 years of age as well. And you touched on the main striker, the ex-Newcastle, Monaco, area 11, number 11. He's got a couple of goals in his appearance. He's going to have the front line. But again, that back shape is getting pulled apart.
Well, they're coming forward here.
Haiti 1, Matinique.
And Haiti now looking all over the place defensively. Finally, they're going to get it cleared through.
Martinique, Haïti 1, Martinique.
It's end to end. No one's going to defend. Both teams want to go forward, want to express themselves, show people how good they are. Lovely little
Haïti 1, Martinique 0. Haïti 1, Martinique 0. Pas oublier abonneur. Pas oublier abonneur dans chaîne. Haïti 1. Moi pas qu'à mettre match là, sinon il a sanctionné chaîne là. Moi pas qu'à mettre match là bien, sinon il a sanctionné non. Pas oublier abonner sur nouveau dans chaîne là, abonner s'il vous plaît, abonner.
Yeah, but again, that's how you're going to judge yourself. So he's correct, the bigger picture in the last 2 years of what they've had to go through, everybody's had to go through, but there's been glimpses of the qualification for a Gold Cup. That's the most important thing. And then once you're here, it's how you perform. It's been the way that they've conceded their goals that would worry me. And again, it just shows you with Haiti getting their goal. They're, defensively they're not strong. And as a coach, Keith, you know as well as I do, defensively is the easiest part to rectify. It's the offensive players where you need to change it around. So, yes, the bigger picture, they get in there, they're playing against top teams, they've got bigger pool of players, squad of players, but you've got to start making improvement and play better when you're playing against the elite teams, if you like, in this region.
For Haiti, they've had so many issues with the squad. They put together a starting 11, they lead here early on. What are some of the key players that you're looking for to perform well for Haiti tonight?
Well, the goalkeeper Sylvester, he's come in and done well. Number 4, Eddie, as well, a solid player, was captain in the last game when they had 1-2 injuries. Pierre, number 14. But it is about number 10.
Allô, amis, Haïti a mené 1-0. Match pour journée jeudi 18 juillet 2021. Respectez messieurs pour la joie pour peuple haïtien. Peuple haïtien besoin qu'est content ça après déblosaille, après malpropreté politique qui sont faites là, assassinat président pays. Eh bien, nous espérons nous porter un petit la joie pour peuple là. Nous espérons porter un petit la joie pour peuple haïtien. Nous espérons porter un petit la joie pour peuple haïtien.
Martinique trying to build through midfield instead. It's possession for Leverton Pierre.
Nous espérons peuple là content.
You can see the defender just telling Pierre to just calm things down in possession.
Match là 1-0. Haïti a mené 8e minute, 42 secondes, 8e minute de jeu. 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 Haïti a mené 1-0. 9e minute. Haïti a mené 1-0. Sous passez visiter nous. Pas oublier abonner s'il vous plaît. Pas oublier abonner sous chaîne ça. Nous parler d'éducation, philosophie. Le changement à travers du sport. Si vous passez là, pas oublier abonner. On a regardé match Haïti-Matinique. Deux premiers matchs Haïti t'est perdu. Deux premiers matchs Haïti t'est perdu. Haïti t'est perdu contre Canada. Il était perdu contre États-Unis. S'il gagne un match, il est capable de passer comme meilleur troisième. En nous espérer que l'autre équipe n'est pas bien. Pas bien et espérer Trinidad fait match nul pour Haïti capable de passer comme meilleur troisième, monsieur. Si vous passez là, pas oublier abonner TV humaniste. Salut à tous les humanistes. Si estás aquí, no olvida de suscribirte. Estás viendo el partido de Haití contra Martinique.
Yeah, good run by number 11. Rubio getting in the back here shows his experience. He's not going to outrun the player, so he keeps it. Can he let it up for one of his teammates? And again, decent defending in the end. But again,
voilà, ouais, si m'ka mette match là, on t'y cale pour nous. Espérez yo pas sanctionner.
one of the elite clubs, I'd like to say, Newcastle United.
On va essayer de mettre en match là un grand plan pour nous capables de garder. Si nous arrivons 20 moun sous canal là, mettez match là. Depuis nous 20 moun sous chaîne là, m'a mettez match là pour nous. Bagay sérieux m'a dit nous là, si nous arrivons 20 moun sous chaîne là, m'a mettez match là. Si nous arrivons 20 moun ici là, m'a mettez match, m'a mettez match là. Si nous arrivons 20 moun, m'a mettez match là. Si nous arrivons 20 moun, m'a mettez match là. Mais les matchs là là. Nous sommes capables de là, là. Nous allons mettre moment fort pour nous. Et puis pas oublier abonner nous. Pas oublier abonner nous. Match là là. On pense nous à garder là. Nous à garder là. Gold Cup 2021, juillet 2021. Sous chaîne TV humaniste. Sous chaîne TV humaniste. Sous chaîne TV humaniste. Est-ce que nous avons regardé match là avec moi-même là? Est-ce que nous match Haïti? Matinique gagne ballon, c'est Matinique, gain faute, tu monsieur, gain faute. Non mon cher, on va pas faire ça c'est carton rouge ça est là, carton rouge pour nous passer plus facile non. Fanatique Barcelone, fanatique Real Madrid, pour qui équipe vous est-ce que vous pensez, si monsieur dit non, est-ce que nous pensons, est-ce que nous tendez son bien, les amis qui écoutent nous là, est-ce que nous tendez son bien, Est-ce que nous tendez voir bien? Est-ce que nous tendez son match là bien? Avisez-moi s'il vous plaît. Et pas capable d'écouter. Est-ce que nous capables d'aviser? Est-ce que nous tendez match là? Un petit commentaire s'il vous plaît. Si me estás escuchando, no sé, en français, en créole, en espagnol, dis-moi si tu m'entends bien. ¿Me escuchas bien? ¿Me escuchas bien? Avísenme por favor. Si vous entendez bien, avisez-moi s'il vous plaît.
Stefan Abal is the man over it. He's going to leave it, and the long range hit, well, I mentioned the distance. It was ambitious, to say the least, from Harel.
Least said about that, but he'll be pleased with his players. Again, you know, such a positive character. When you hear his press conference, he always praises his players and he understands.
Parfait, merci en pile. Merci en pile. Très bien, amis haïtiens. Depuis pays Mexique, moi poté match là-bas où nous avons commenté match Haïti. Moi espérer haïtiens au poté un petit la joie dans que nous mes amis. Parce que bagay qui passe en Haïti là, c'est du jamais vu, mais sport là pour côté qui est content dans le temps tristesse nous. Non, je ne suis pas capable de mettre le grand écran. Si je mette le grand écran, il y a sanctionné. Et je ne suis pas capable de mettre le grand écran. Si je mette le grand écran, il y a sanctionné le canal là. Et yon goal, mes amis, Haïti manque mettre un goal là, oui. M'pas qu'à mettre le grand écran, est-ce que... Et bon, regardez, moi, essayez de mettre, si nous la caille, nous essayez de mettre sur une télévision, partager le sur une télévision, comme ça nous capables en grand plan. Moi-même pas capable de faire le sous chaîne, sinon il y a sanctionné. Nous, Haïti manque mettre au deuxième goal là, oui. Haïti doit gagner, mes amis, Haïti doit gagner.
Kevin Fortuné is going to come on. That's a real blow. Kevin Fortuné does play for Troyes.
C'est match Haïti, match là joué dans le pays, États-Unis, dans le stade qui relève Toyota Stadium, dans le stade Toyota, match là joué dans le stade Toyota. Zami qui mandent pour mettre match là, je ne suis pas capable de faire, sinon il y a sanctionné. Il y a sanctionné, pas oublier abonnez-nous sur la chaîne. Non, c'est Rodley Georges, moi c'est professeur, moi-même je suis gradué là, je suis fait en maîtrise dans la philosophie. Nous sous chaîne nous fait philosophie, nous parler sur racisme tout, il y a une vidéo qui nous fait que mon Japon écouter nous, mon États-Unis, mon Chili, mon Guatemala, plus passé 10 pays qui t'écoutent vidéo ça. Pas oublier partager live là s'il vous plaît. Et puis aidez-nous recruter monde, c'est gratis. Match Haïti Matinique. Match Haïti Matinique là, si Haïti gagne, il est capable de passer comme meilleur troisième, oui. Il est capable de passer comme meilleur troisième, États-Unis est en passé, Canada est en passé. Et si Haïti gagne, il est capable de passer pour meilleur troisième. Mes amis, en nous, Corée pays, en Corée équipe là, m'pral fonti et ban nous un petit gros plan, mais m'pral réduire lui parce que yo capable sanctionner. Moi penser sous amis ou pas mais yo sanctionner chaîne non. Parce que YouTube pas jouer non avec sanction YouTube pas je me font mettre là en gros plan même pour diminuer les amis yo moi pour diminuer merci en pile parce que vous abonnez merci en pile et Titi FF merci parce que vous abonnez est-ce que vous remet j'en mettez là sous capable aviser souple fel, est-ce que Titi, est-ce que ou bien well,
and you still have that
Façon
one game
mete
of
là,
how
est-ce qu'il
difficult
y
is
a
the
des...
motivation there?
Well, thankfully no to answer, but I just know when you're going into games, and maybe I can only relate to maybe in the Premier League you're not going to make Champions League, you're not going to make Europa, you're not going down. But it is that personal pride. It is
Match,
that,
ça c'est match Haïti, Matinique. C'est match Haïti, Matinique à jouer là. Match Haïti, Matinique, partagez live là, s'il vous plaît. Pas oublier abonnez sous chaîne là. Touche, gain touche. Oh, ça c'est carton jaune ça, mes amis, ça c'est carton jaune ça. Nèg la mette pied juste dans genou nèg là, ça c'est carton jaune. Ça doit carton jaune là. Ça doit carton jaune. Ça carton jaune ça doit là, non. Ah, c'est ça. Sous qu'on est boule ou pas capable de carton jaune ça là, non. Carton jaune Haïti a frappé, Haïti 1-0. 1-0. Haïti 1-0 sous Matinique yo là. Haïti 1-0 sous Matinique.
Players embellishing. I've never heard of that.
No.
Trying for that big switch for Antoine.
Pas oublier abonnez sous chaîne s'il vous plaît.
Just trying to isolate himself 1v1 against
Gold Cup 2021, Haïti Martinique, troisième match de poule. Ça c'est troisième match Haïti. Haïti a mené 1-0. Des premiers matchs, Haïti a perdu. Le premier match là c'était contre États-Unis, il était perdu 1-0. Deuxième match là, Haïti a perdu. Et oui, Jean Kevins. Ah, moi te dis nous yo t'es capable sanctionner, oui. Moi te dis nous yo t'es capable sanctionner. Effectivement, yo bloqué. Oui foot. Oui foot, oui foot.
Fortune with a nice bit of hold of play as well to just take the pressure off that Martinique
Caray. Trying to get it back, Fortune, to allow him to get the counter-attacking plan, but the blue shirt swamped him, so he couldn't really turn and lay the ball off, and now they turn pressure in midfield, and then they're dictating the play.
Now they stepping across the halfway line. This just checks his own progress before trying to play a pass out to Christian, and instead it's going to be out of play for the throw-in for Martinique. Martinique has had a very difficult showing so far in Gold Cup play.